Rise is in the
Yes,
building. Reese is in the
Naji.
building. Rah, 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 jigga, 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 la, la,
Chicka chicka
la.
chicka
Rick,
rah
Rick,
rah
Rick.
rah.
See, you do it right, Doc. You do it right, Doc.
Yeah.
Reese is in the building, Doc. You do it right. Like, Mousy, I love Mousy to bits and bobs. He tries to do it, but he's like, jigga, 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 jigga. Like, you do it right. Like, jigga, jigga, jigga.
Oh, I don't
Trust me.
know.
I
Chicka
got
chicka
you.
chicka.
There you go. Done.
I don't
Mobsy's
know.
in
I could
Somerset
do the.
right now, chilling with JAK to the E from West Ham on official dog. Real
Yeah, I
talk.
know. I saw
Yeah,
Richard
man.
posting up a photo of Jake having a pint. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
hammerheads.
Yeah, that's how I had.
Yes,
I say,
hammerhead.
rude boy. Yo, hold on. My
So what are we
mom's like
saying anyway?
knocking. My mom's knocking on my window. Hold up one second. Yes. Because I gotta go to the bear store and like get money for them. No, I'll take it now.
Just signed a very good keeper on Football Manager. Like I didn't think it would go through. About to offer him 200k a week,
It's
but it went through. Fricka
California.
fricka fresh. Yeah. Uh,
We're in
and I got the
Helsinki.
England job on Football Manager as well,
Oh,
so that's cool.
gang members. I ain't even playing with you.
You getting bollocked?
Boom, 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 boom. Yo, I need to shoot attack. Hold up. Hold up. I need to shoot attack. How come you can't get to my thing?
Yes, Scott. How we doing?
Got one of them. I got three of them. Take one of these attack. Yeah, we got three of them.
Fucking talking to
Hold up.
himself, isn't
Hold up. Hold up.
he?
Yo.
There's the man. You done talking
Yo,
to
you're
yourself
the
now?
man. Shut up, me, the man, dog. You run Peterborough. You run London, dog. You run East Ham, dog. Like, yo. Oh, hold. Oh, my days. Hold up. Oh, my days. What the fuck, dog? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Where's he fucking gone now? Honest to God, man, this
No, come
this
on.
man, he just is. He comes out like the Invisible Man, isn't it? He's here 1 minute, and
Dog on my
then he
mind,
disappears
bro.
the next
Like,
minute.
shady, 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 shady. Spray, 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 spray. No, you're the man, dog. How do you mean, dog? East Ham to
Don't
like
know.
Peterborough, dog? Yo, shush. You're the man, dog. Like, yo,
Don't
run
know.
two things. How you mean?
I still haven't checked the lottery ticket yet, though.
It's a winner. It's a winner, dog. It's a winner. That's word up.
Oh, definitely. Well, if it is, I'm coming over to Canada, pick you up. I got a private
100.
jet, innit?
100. Yo, Scotty V's in the place to be. That's the chef. Like, if y'all
No, no,
don't
man.
know,
What do
dog,
you?
that's the chef, dog. He told me, and I always go on about this with him, dog. He told me about baguette with chicken tikka masala, bacon, and like cheddar cheese, dog. Doesn't that sound good?
Uh,
No,
I'll tell you what I had
that's
this
dope,
morning.
dog. That sounds dope. Go on.
I'll tell you what I got woke up by. I got woke up by my mum ringing me saying, "Oh, do you want anything from the cafe? I'll bring it over." And I was like, "Get bacon and sausage baguette." And then like my mum brought a bacon and
Yo,
sausage baguette over for me, and I was like, "Yes, mum."
yes, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. Yo,
To be
bake.
fair,
You can't.
she only rang me
Yeah.
about half hour before my alarm was set to go off anyway. So
Yep. 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 No, but that's like a good look for your mom to get you like two like sausage spaghetti and like a bacon thing. That's live, man. Like
yeah,
yo, big up your mom, dog.
I was like,
How do
"Yes,
you
mum."
mean?
Yeah, because like she stayed over here last
That's
night.
a
That's the
good look.
thing.
That's a good look from your
Like
mom, dog.
she stayed here last night because
Yeah, yeah.
like I live with her boyfriend, don't I? So she stayed over here tonight. Well,
Word
last
up.
night, should I say? They were at hers
Word
tonight,
up.
and
Word
she
up.
woke me up and she was like, "Oh, we're going to the town, going to the cafe. Do you want anything?" I was
Done.
like, "No, I'm not. I'm
Done.
not getting out of
Yep.
bed now. I'm going back. I'm
Yeah,
staying
me.
asleep." And
Yeah,
then
me.
she rang me a bit later saying, "Do you want anything from the cafe?" I was like, "Yeah, bacon and sausage baguette, cow,
There you go. There you go.
cow."
And she came through and she delivered, dog. Like you can't
Oh
get
yeah, I
better
done
than
know.
that. Like, yo, I'm showing you, man.
We've
It's
also
like,
got the classic Christmas lights back on again, by the way. I haven't had these on for about 2 months, but I
I
thought I'd put them
know.
on.
You know what the weird thing is though, dog? Like around
Yeah.
these ways, it's like 40 degrees. Like that's like 100 like Fahrenheit, like 40 degrees Celsius or whatever. But you got people like running like two Christmas like it's like Christmas, dog. Like on the outside, on the inside, dope. On the outside, kind of stupid. Like a bit stupid, dog.
Yeah, like
You know what I
as I was saying earlier, you know when I hopped on when I was on my way home,
mean? Big up fresh.
and
Good one. Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, I popped in on the way home, didn't I? And I was
Yeah,
like, well,
you
when I
did.
left
You
the
did.
house, it
Yep.
was starting to rain, so I had like the West Ham shirt on, and I had
Yes, you
this
did.
hoodie on.
Yes, you
I've
did.
taken the West Ham shirt off, I've got the hoodie on now. And then I had my jacket
Yep.
on over the top. And then I was like, I had to shove everything in my bag because it was like, it got really hot after that. And I was
Word up.
like,
Word up.
yeah.
Yo, I messaged you today. I think it was on WhatsApp, dog, and I went out my gaff, and I had like where is it? Oh, it's not here. I hung it up, but it was like a Kangol like trainer,
Yeah,
like.
no, you said about it on the live. You said about it on
Did
the live.
I? Yes, and it was like a jumper with the zippity thing, and it's like, yo, I had to take them things off, and then I had like these like. I'll show you. I ain't even playing. Hold on. I'll show you like these like track pants and thing. Yeah, I had these track pants on and thing like, and it's like
He's here.
I had to
He's
take
here.
I had to take the track pants off, and then like yo, I had to like take the jumper with the zippity. Oh, Becca's in the building. Becca's in the building. Rah, jigga,
I
la,
signed the
la.
Wonder Kid Keeper. 49 million. I signed the Wonder Kid Keeper. It's worth 110 already.
Brethren, that's Becca, dog. I ain't playing with you. That's Becca. I
Well,
figured
I
it
don't
out.
know. I don't think
No,
Becca
I
plays Football
sussed it
Manager,
out, dog.
so
I
I don't think
sussed
I'll be
it
talking
out,
to Becca
dog.
about Football Manager.
Brethren, they don't call me Peach or nothing, dog. I'm as smart as like a
Do you
duck,
want to know? Do you
dog.
want to know my
Straight
honest
up.
opinion who I think Clips is?
Like
Do you want to know my honest opinion
darkness,
who I
dog.
think Clips is?
Real talk. Go on.
I think it's someone that nobody knows. You know what I mean?
Who?
It's just
Who?
some random.
Who?
I don't know. It's just
No,
some
bro,
random
you
guy that goes
tripping.
to games and is
No,
fucking hilarious.
no.
That's.
They have to be associated with Hammer Chat. They
Yeah,
100% have to
well,
be.
it doesn't
They
mean
have
they.
to.
Well, they're
Because when
one
I
of the guys from
first
Hammer's
them up,
chat.
like Atlas 32 came on the thing, doc, and I think he's taking the fall for Becca, like, and he was talking about like different computer programs and all this, that, and the third. Yo, Becca is West Ham Clips. Sorry to tell everybody, but that's who it is. I don't even need to know no more. I know it.
It's not
You know
Charlie
what I'm
Walsh. I can tell you now. It's not Charlie Walsh.
I know, but I think Charlie Watts adds a bit to like the
Because
graphics and thing.
no.
Real
Hammerhead said
talk.
it's Charlie. I can tell you now. It's not Charlie Walsh.
I
I can
know,
tell
but
you
I
now. It's
think
not
he
Charlie
adds
Walsh.
to the
I know it's not.
graphics. Like Becca does all the typing.
I don't know. He
Then
might be
Tom
involved with
pretends like
it,
he
but
does. Big up Becca for the things.
Hammerhead. I'll tell you why I don't think it's Charlie Walsh. Because I was talking to Clips.
I see you, Becca. I see you, Becca. I see you,
Yesterday
Becca.
or the
I know your
Shut
West
up a
Ham
minute. I'm trying to
Clips,
talk.
dog.
There we go. Lucas is in the building as well. I sent you the link, by the way, mate.
See, that's another mother ducker. That's another mother ducker that
And he
I
said
think is a
exactly the same as Clips
consortium,
did.
dog. I think he's involved, dog. Like, rawr, yo.
Yeah, no, but Hammerhead. I'll tell you why I know it's not Charlie. Because me and Clips were talking, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago or something. And we were talking about like COVID and stuff, because where I've been ill and all that. He was asking if it was COVID and stuff. And then Clips said they had COVID before and they missed the Betway Cup game. Charlie doesn't go to games, does he? He's always going to watch along. Can't be Charlie
No,
Walsh.
but Beckett and Tom go to games, dog. Just saying. You know who else goes to games, dog? And this would be mad. This would be mad. And I'm pulling this out of my ass right now, dog. Imagine if it was Happy Hammerette, dog.
No,
Imagine. But she goes to the games, dog.
yeah,
She goes
I've
to
been
the
drunk with Hammerette.
games.
I've been drunk with Happy Hammerette. She would have said something probably. It's not.
No, she wouldn't have.
I've
No,
known
she wouldn't
Happy
have.
Hammerette for a
She's
long time.
fly,
She wouldn't have
dog.
said
She's
something.
slick like Rick the Ruler, like 6 minutes,
I've
6
known
minutes.
I've known Hammerhead.
Fresh
I've
run.
known Hammerette for like 18 months to like nearly 2 years. Like,
I
it wouldn't
don't
be her.
know. There's a funny smell about Lucas, dog. Like honestly, I love Lucas.
That's
the
not a
bits
nice
and
thing to
bobs.
say.
No, there's a funny smell about like Lucas dog. Like no, when I say like funny smell thing, like it's like I got what you call it inkling that like he might be West Ham Clips. Like it's there's a consortium, a moratorium, consortium of more. Honest, it's not just one person, dog. It can't be one person, dog. I think Becca's involved, Lucas is involved, Charlie's involved, Addis is involved. Like, trust me, man. Yo, but that's like my Father Christmas. I never want to know who they are, but it's like, yo,
So what's
man,
Spider Man?
Spider
Batman.
Man, man,
You wanna know what? Yeah.
Spider Man. Who's he? He's like
I'm
what?
looking. I'm not gonna say anything, but I know Clips has got a new series coming out, and I'm fucking looking forward to this.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that. I heard about that. Yeah, Becca
I
told me
can't.
about
I
it.
can't remember it. I
Isn't
can't
that
remember if
funny?
they said something.
Isn't that
I can't
funny?
remember if they said
Yo,
something in the
Raz, listen
video,
to
but
what
I
I
know I
just
definitely
said,
spoke
dog.
to Clips about it. I'm not saying what I
Raz,
know about it, but
listen to me. Becca told me about that, dog. Like, I'm just
good
saying.
evening, Larry.
Oh, get on here right now, Mr.
I'll ping you the
Albert.
link on Twitter. I'll ping you the
Yeah,
link on Twitter.
Auburn, Alabama / Kentucky / my G, my homeboy, dog. Yo, Lawrence. Yo, that's my boy. Straight up, man. I ain't playing with y'all, man. Yo,
I'll send Luke.
Lucas get
I'll
on
send the
here
link.
too, dog. Like, yo,
I'll send
Lucas
Luke
always,
Legend the link
Lu-
as well.
Lucas, oh yeah, 100. Luke Legend, he's like he's a crafty dafty. But like, Lucas is always like, yeah, what's up? How you guys doing? Da 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 da. He's always, and then Lawrence is like, yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then me and you were just like tripping. Like, yo, I love the energies, dog. I
I'm
love
gonna
the
retweet
energy.
out the show as well.
I love the, and it's Friday night, dog. How do you mean, dog? We need to like set this thing alight, dog. How do you mean, dog?
Oh, I don't know. We need to get as many people on as we can.
I am not smart enough to be glamorous West Ham Clips. I disagree. I think, yo, you're in there with the shout, my G. You are in there with the shout. You are in there with a shout. You are more than clever to be West Ham Clips, dog.
If you're still in
Honestly.
here, by the way, Clips. If you're still in here, I got the England job on Football Manager as well. They just randomly offered me it, so I was like,
Bosh. But like Luke is saying he's not smart enough to be West Ham Clips. He's tripping. He's tripping because he's more than smart enough to be West Ham Clips, dog. How you mean? Like, yo,
yeah, he definitely is.
Lucas is an intelligent individual, dog. Like, yo, did you see that alien shit that I sent you the other night?
No, didn't mate.
You, brethren, I'm showing you. I was looking at it in the sky from my left eye. Somebody's here. Oh, there's the man. There's
Are
the
you
man.
gonna add or
But
do
I
you want me
was
to add? I'll let you add. I'll let you add.
yo,
Then we're not
my
adding.
left eye. No one. I'll add, but like my
You
left
add
eye.
because I like then we're not.
I will. Hold on. Shut up, dog. My
No, let me
left
just explain
eye.
what I'm fucking
Shut up.
saying.
Shut up.
You shut up.
My
You
left.
shut up.
Shut up.
You
Shut
shut
up.
up.
I
You
will.
shut up.
No, but I won't. But like my left eye was looking in the sky rise, and it was like this. It just looked like what you call it? Like what do they call them? Like space stations. Like it was like still. It was still like as still as you can be. And then like my right eye's looking at my phone, and you got this little thing that's going like bzzz, 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 bzzz. And
You
like
sure it wasn't a wasp?
no, and I'm like, how is this? I'll send it to you. You'll be like, what? Like,
Yeah,
and
I'll
I'll
watch it
send
after
Lawrence to
this.
it too. It's mad. It's like real UFO things, dog. It was like I showed it to Wally, and Wally was like, whoa, that's some real shit. I was like, I know. Peach only gets the real shit. Yo, so hold on. 1 second. No, nobody talk for 1 minute, dog. Nobody talk for 1 minute, please. Don't talk for 1 minute. Don't say a fucking thing. Cause like, yo, if you do, I'll get mad and I'll just cut off the stream. Like real things. But we have like we have the only he knows this already.
We are fucking massive.
Random. Noun. A roving motion, course without definite direction, lack of rule or method, chance. Random.
See, that's this boy shit
That's
right
my
there.
spot.
Big up
No.
Lawrence. Dog. What are you saying, rude boy?
Don't you know? Thank you for.
Come on, I know this, dog. I know this. You're my
How are you
homeboy,
doing, Larry?
dog.
It's been a while.
Rise, Peach, I want to
Yes.
say thank you for bringing back on the program. There was a
Yo,
little
was
stump.
welcome, dog. Yo, you got it's like you know when you got a reservation at like some restaurant and you just got like multiple reservations. You always got a reservation on West Ham Random, dog. We love you, dog. Rise loves you. I love you. Budgie loves you. We got you, dog. Straight.
Yeah,
Karen
well,
loves
to be
you,
fair,
dog.
I've had a pre-season break like the players, because I'm Declan Rice. I needed a pre-season break, you know what I mean? Down back.
This guy, you see, Rice don't have a reservation. Rice just like he shows
I just
up.
come in here
Like,
and chat shit.
Rice don't have a reservation. Like Rice shows up like 2 hours before, sits in the chair, like he's like, I hope other people will come, but he knows I'm always there. You got a reservation in the seats, like whenever you want, dog. Like real talk, like yo, Rise is in the building. Rise is in the building. Rah rah rah. Chicka 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 la la la.
I love me some Rise. Always love me some Rise. And I
He's the
want to say real
best,
quick,
man. He's the best. He's the best, dog.
the bullshit's in the past. I respect. I missed you guys. It's how it is. Rise.
Yo, we all miss you,
Yeah, I
dog.
know, that was a
Rise,
load,
Paige.
honestly. Like, I didn't know what
No,
to do
I-
when you guys were beefing.
And
Well,
that was
no,
Rise.
let-
That was
let-
Rise
let-
that got it all back together. I just want everybody to know. Real talk.
Right.
Rise was the peacemaker, like flipping
Yeah.
Ali Bubba and the
Yeah.
40 Thieves. Like he was the peacemaker, like
Oh, he's got
That
some
sounds
Beastie
Luke. Luke
Boys
helps
up
as
in
well.
there. Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Ali Baba. You don't think I
And the
remember
boys, they done
that?
them.
I had
Yo,
a
I'm
cassette,
telling
bud.
you, yo, Rise is the peacemaker, like John Lennon. He's
Luke
the
helps as
peacemaker
well.
like
Luke
John
helps
Lennon,
as well.
dog. Real talk. Big up the man them there, yeah? The man them there, golden things, dog. Golden things. The man them there, golden things, man. How you mean, man?
All right,
What are you doing in Lexington?
that's why, and Peach knows this, that we actually are, I loved Auburn, Alabama, but my wife got a position in Kentucky, so we moved.
Word up.
So you know how I had the mad shit in my man cave before. I'm just
Yeah,
establishing it now. So right now it's naked. I have a big screen here, nothing on the thing. I'm
No,
moving
you'll
right
fill
now.
that up, though. You'll fill that up. Don't even
Yeah,
sweat that. You'll fill that up. That's
I'm
word.
just I'm moving in.
I'll
just
say, I've not
stepping
spoken to
back in.
DhA in a while.
Oh, I talked to Daya the other day, dog. Daya's chilling. And
What's
yo,
Daya doing?
Daya's chilling.
I've noticed she
watch
started
this.
going live again.
Gretchen, watch this. Watch this. Daya's chilling and Brownie's in jail in Dubai.
What?
Yes.
What?
Peach, last,
I swear to God.
What did he do?
I swear to
I'm
God.
so glad about that. That man is such a fucking
I know,
wanker. That man is such a
I know.
wanker.
And Daya called me after the show and he was like talking to me. And I was like, you are the flipping bomb, my G. You are the dog. Like, you are a
That's the
goat.
best news I've heard in ages. That man is a
Yo,
fucking wanker.
homeboy tried to act like Al Pacino out of Scarface, if you get what I'm saying. If you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying.
I got what
Homeboy
you're
tried
saying.
to act like Al Pacino out of Scarface and like do a bit of skiing. You get what I'm saying? And he got caught, dog. He got caught, dog.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Shit.
I know,
Honestly,
I love
funny.
it. Yo, karma's real, man. Karma is real, dog. How do you mean?
Shouldn't
Thank
be a
you,
fucking prick who
Freshfield.
speak shit behind
That's
people's
crazy.
backs, and should ya?
Bum.
Well, that's true, Rise. He did. And I know he put Brownie on there. Daya did not like Brownie one bit. Remember, they had that out. And I.
100.
No, exactly. He was speaking so much shit behind DhA. Like, I know me and DhA are, well, not great mates, but we've always got on to an extent,
100.
and
100.
like that, and
I hear.
like that.
No,
And,
Dave's a good person, dog.
yeah, I like
Dave's
DhA.
my
I like
homeboy.
DhA. I did
Dave's
remove
my
him on
homeboy.
Facebook, but that was
Yeah.
when I was in a bit of a
Yeah.
mental thing.
Yeah.
I've got no hard feelings towards DhA, and then he's going on slagging
Yeah.
DhA off, and then he comes on to
Yeah.
here and starts slagging. I can't remember who it was he was
It
slagging
was
off on here.
fever. It was fever, dog. It was
Yeah,
fever.
it was Fever. He was slagging
Yeah,
Fever off on here,
word up,
and I was
word
just sat
up.
there like, No, I'm not having
But,
that. You're a prick. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And then now he's in
Yep.
jail, which is very,
Yeah.
very funny.
In Dubai, dog. Do you want to be in the Nick in Dubai, dog? No, thank you. They'll be doing like all types of things, dog. Like
Because it's
homeboy wanted
funny.
a charity boxing match against ThA. He's gonna get more than a charity boxing match now, dog. Like,
He'll get
Yeah.
his arsehole will be the size of Blackwell Tunnel.
that's what I'm saying. That's what
Oh
I'm saying.
no, you did
As
not
wide
say
as
that. Oh my
as
God.
wide as the tube, dog. Say, I ain't fucking with you. Yo, when he said that shit, I was like, what? But yeah, man, apparently things are
Honestly,
real.
that has made me so happy.
Ah, look at Lawrence. He had to put on the scarf, didn't he? He had to put on the blood clot scarf, dog. Big up yourself, man.
That's because
I wonder how
some of your.
deep this show's gonna go. I wonder what shit we're gonna come out with tonight.
Oh, it's gonna
I
be.
know.
Hey,
know.
hey, you better take some vitamins because it's gonna be a long night. But besides that, I put the scarf on because I have a few comments that I would like to talk, and I need you both. You
I'm
guys are
here.
smarter than West Ham wise, and otherwise you're smarter than me.
Go on then.
So,
bring it.
And I went to what's that one channel? West Ham TV. It's got like a tons of and
West
Nikki's
Ham
on
Fan
there.
TV. West Ham Fan
And-
TV.
Yeah,
And-
West Ham Fan TV.
And I loved it, but they have so many followers. They don't follow my chat. I mean, so I put something in there. They don't say that.
Yeah.
So one thing that bothers me and Peach, I know for a fact is, and it's going to be hard for us, is losing Sonny Perkins. They were back.
Yeah.
We've already lost him. We've already lost him. He hasn't. He's left.
I know, right? Like I should certainly finish real quick. My comment is this: I think it was a bad loss. Was he selfish as a young lad? Probably, but dude, he was a striker, and I think what hurt us, what keeping him was this season. Moyes did not play the younger players when we had a younger bench, and he could have played them. If he had a little more taste of the Premier League or even Europa League, he may want to stay. Now we may get some money if somebody like the Spuds, as I heard, trying to pick his ass up. But don't you? I know Peaches of you because me and him are on the line. But Raj, why we lost him? Because Moyes did not want to play his younger players. And I understand if we have a thick bench.
Yeah, I can't help but agree with that.
100.
Should have played. Like, there's plenty of opportunities that he could have played Sonny Perkins in when Antonio's going off going off knackered and stuff. Yeah, fair play brought Yarmolenko on, and Yarmolenko saved us a few times, like twice. But he still could have changed it up. He still could have changed it up and put Sonny Perkins on, or I don't know, some other youth player. Like he was bringing on Harrison Ashby at times. He brought on Chester's. Like
Nervous,
I know he brought him on in the Europa League group stage, I think.
Yeah, man.
Or something.
Alco flex, yes, please. Like, yo.
And my thought process is this: that if we have guys that are in our academy and we have potential, you got to give them a little taste. You got to give them some taste. And Moyes did not do it.
No,
and
that's 100.
I am so tired of hearing saying Moyes didn't have faith in him. I don't give a shit about that. But if we want to keep the young bucks around, give them a little taste. Sonny got what? Me and Peach loved him. He got what? Taste in one match.
100.
Like for a 5. Almost got the header. What was that match, Peach? Almost got the header for the goal. But he only had a taste.
Yeah.
I know. I forgot to, but.
I don't know if it was Leicester. Like, I forget who it was against. But like, yo, you almost caught that, dog.
So that's my frustration is we haven't signed.
He's not welcome anymore.
He's not welcome anymore.
No, I'm just doing what Sean said.
His agent sold him out the store because he's not welcome anymore. I think it's all agent things, dog. I think the agents.
Yeah, no,
just
but what I was
died.
going to say, the thing is with Moyes. The thing is with Moyes is that he says, "Oh, I don't trust these youth players and stuff." Yeah. How the fuck is he going to trust them if he doesn't fucking play them for like bring them off the bench for like 10 minutes? How is he going to learn to trust them?
And I agree. And then also we love to blame the agents. And sometimes you trust them, but guess what? I would tell my agent if I didn't agree with something, hey, son of a gun, I want this type of
I
thing.
know, but
So,
you can't, though, Lawrence. Like,
yeah.
you can't because, like, when we went down,
We'll
I
batter you
forget
this
what year
season,
it
James.
was.
Don't worry.
Like, when we went down, it was like, big up James Hartley. But it's
Yeah,
like,
he's one of
when
my
we
mates. Someone I
oh,
know.
no, he's a bad man still. But like when we went down, I forget what year it was. I was only young, and I remember like Glenn Johnson got sold like that, and everybody
Yeah.
was
It was
like,
like the 2003 era.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember Glenn Johnson got sold like that, and everybody's like, "Oh, Glenn Johnson sucks. Like he just jumped ship."
Yeah.
But it wasn't him. It was his agent, dog.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of it is agents.
you get what I'm
stuff.
saying? It wasn't
Because they want
Defoe. It
that
was his
commission, but
agent.
especially young bucks, they'll
Oh,
probably get.
big money
Yeah,
things, dog. Big
yeah,
money
they
things.
want that high commission and shit.
Yeah,
I want
I
to see
agree with
where
you.
I want to see where Sonny shows up, and then if he shows up with the Spuds, I'm gonna be pissed off.
You know
Really
what?
pissed
I'll
off.
show you this. Sonny Perkins.
I'll tell you where I think he's gonna end up.
What?
I think he's gonna end up at Leeds. I've seen
Me
a
too. I
lot
just
of
was
stuff
gonna
that he's
say
gonna
that.
get
You
Leeds.
little asshole. You
I've
little
heard
asshole. I
Leeds,
just was gonna say that.
I've
Word
heard
up.
Villa, and I've heard Asha, Villa, and Spuds.
No,
And they say,
I can see him showing up in Villa, and you know what? I can see him doing a good job. Like I can see him putting two things down, and
Yeah, definitely.
people like DuN Kn0 when he got sold, he didn't do two things, and ThA when he got sold, he didn't do two things. But I think Perkins,
Reece
Lord,
Oxford.
me and you have been on Sunny D from time, and I think
but
when he gets to a club
yes,
like
sir,
Leeds, he's gonna do
exactly.
two things.
Yeah,
Dog. Real talk.
he could.
I was gonna say
He would
Leeds
do
have lost
good things
Rafinha as well. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Who
that's
they
true.
listen
Yeah,
to?
I heard
Where
that.
did he go? Where did he go?
hmm?
Where did Rafinha go? Right?
Spurs.
Where? Oh, Brentford?
Spurs.
I'll be right.
Spurs.
I'll be right.
No, that was
back to what I said.
Richarlison. Forget me, that was Richarlison. All right, mate. That was Richarlison that went Spurs, not Rafinha.
So where did Rafinha go?
I don't even know if he has. I got confused with Richarlison. They're both Brazilian.
Where did Richarlison go?
I don't know. I don't know if
You
he
said
has.
Richarlison went somewhere.
Oh,
Dog.
Richarlison went to Spurs from
He
Everton.
went to Brentford. He went to Brentford.
No, Richarlison from Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Spurs.
Oh, he went
I
to
got
Cardiff.
confused.
He went to Cardiff. Okay, so
I got
Richarlison went to
confused.
Cardiff. I got you. Richarlison went to Cardiff. I got
No,
you. Yeah, what?
Richarlison went to Spurs.
Oh, Man United. Okay.
Oh,
Richarlison
fuck
went to
you.
Man United. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got
Richarlison went to
confused.
Chelsea.
Fucking
Richarlison
listen.
went to, I can't say the S name. That's why I'm
Okay.
saying any
Okay.
other name besides the S name.
Okay. Cardiff is the new name. Right. Yeah, I got confused because
Yeah.
Richarlison went to Cardiff.
Word up.
And they both begin with R, and they're both Brazilian. So I got confused with both of them. Rafinha might be going to Chelsea, as Lucas says.
Yeah. No,
Right.
I can't say the S word. Like Lucas just said it, but he said it in the right way. But I can't say that. Lucas, jump on. I sent you
I've
the link.
already sent you the link on WhatsApp, mate.
I send it to him again still. Hold on 1 second, dog. I send it to him again still. But it's like, yo, it's mad. It's like,
I've sent Charlie a
Yo,
link as well.
yeah.
If we get Charlie and Lucas on, we ain't finishing this till like 8 a.m. We're gonna go some deep levels again.
Charlie told me to like, what happened with Lawrence's thing? It's like flickering.
He said he'd be back in a minute.
I know, but look, it's flickering. It's like on some
No, it's
UFO
not. That's the
things, dog.
ceiling fan. That's
Oh.
the shadow or the ceiling
No,
fan. Of
that's
the
some UFO things, dog. That is some
that's the
UFO
ceiling
things.
fan,
No,
and that's the
that's
reflection of the
UFO
TV.
things. That is UFO things. UFO things. UFO things. UFO things. Now I know things. Trust me.
We're not going in on Peach's conspiracy theories.
Brethren, my
mate.
listen, Brethren, my UFO sighting the other night. I'm gonna try to download it to like StreamYard to show y'all because it was mad. It was mad. Like it was like the tastiest like UFO thing I ever got. And it was weird. Like I was looking at my phone like this, and it was like this eye is like looking at my phone. This eye is looking in the sky. In the sky,
So
the thing is like that.
Wally!
Oh, big up Wally. See, Wally World knows he done seen it. He done seen it. He done seen it. Wally World done seen it. Dog. Big up Walter, aka Fletch. Dog. How you mean, dog? I ain't even playing with you. Hold on, let me try to do those two things. How do I do this? What was I trying to do? I was trying to do something, but I forgot what I
You
was
try
trying
to
to do.
upload the video of this
There
UFO
you go. Okay, I gotta
to
get away.
China.
I gotta get away from here though, because it's gonna be like all staticky and staticky. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do.
Look,
Let
legends
the
in
man
the
them in. Let the man
building.
them in. That's what I was trying to do, Doc. That's what I was trying to do.
Look, I've sent you a link on Twitter, by the way, mate, if you want to hop on as well.
That's what I was trying to do, Doc. That's what I was trying to do.
Oi, oi. What are we
Oh,
saying?
oi, Savaloy.
Rah, rah, rah.
Rah, rah, rah. Jigga, jigga, jigga. La, la, la.
What are we saying, boys? How are we?
Yo, how are
Yeah,
you?
really good, mate. You?
I am excellent.
Love it.
I think the last time we spoke on here, you were still in England.
Sheesh, you might be
You were in
right.
travel lodge.
You fucking travel lad. This guy is travel
To be
lad.
fair, I've not really been on here for like 3 months or something.
I
or
miss
2
my
months,
travel
which
lodge.
I
I've
think
been
you
giving
work
myself
for
a
travel
bit of a break.
lodge. Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Look at that blood clot shirt, dog. What? That is fire. That is
I can tell.
fire.
I can tell you, I was trying to pull through all the clothes we have to pull and unpack. I couldn't
That is
find
dope.
much, but
That
it's
is
the only
dope.
hammer shirt I had. So
That is dope. That is
that's
dope.
what took me so long.
I've got that one. I just chucked it on the side. It's one I was wearing
Oh,
earlier.
nice.
Chucked it over there.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
what?
Luke,
Pick yourself up, Raz.
Lucas, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Lawrence. How are you?
Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Hold up.
All right,
Just
dude.
as I don't know if you know, I've been moving from Auburn to Lexington, Kentucky, so it's been crazy. We're at the house now, and we're still unpacking.
Yeah, that's madness, isn't it?
Wally, my
He's
boy.
just here.
He's just saying, Wally, it's been crazy like anything, but we're doing okay. Thank you for asking.
So
Greener
have you got the
pastures.
grill there yet? That's the question. Have you got the grill there?
I have 4 of my grills there. I did, and Wally will contest. Wally, the move's going great. I got my one smoker there, and it's a Oklahoma Joe. I have the Weber kettle I fired up today and had some pork loins and chicken wings. I have my pellet fed. I haven't used that one yet, and then I have my gas grill for the lady. But now I have to, because right now we're in the house for a year because we're gonna find another home. So we're renting right now for a year.
I'm happy to
That's
report
good.
I am still stuck in Annapolis, Maryland.
Don't say you're stuck. I love it
Still
in
there.
Maryland. I love Annapolis.
No, I do too.
I always
Weather's
Maryland's
been
my home.
fantastic the past couple of days. It's been absolutely Billy boiling.
Yeah.
Almost 100 degrees the past 3 days.
Weather's been really
And the problem with Maryland is when it's hot like
bipolar
that,
here.
the humidity sucks, right? You got probably mosquitoes at your ass, don't you?
Yes.
Don't you? That's how it is in Maryland. When I grew up, it was like shit. Humidity's crazy.
Yeah, it gets very humid here. Like because like the heat here is different to. I think you seeing as you've now been here, Lucas. Was it that hot when you were here?
There was only a few days where it was like it wasn't hot, but like the weather was uncomfortable. It was like a disgusting in between. Like, do I wear a jacket or do I not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
And your humidity
the heat-
is weird. Your humidity in England is
Yeah.
weird. So like the
yeah,
higher the humidity was, it was like a bit colder. It was very
I swear,
strange.
yeah. Yeah,
Over
for
here,
us,
the
yeah.
higher the humidity,
Yeah, like-
the muggier
like
it is.
because
And it sucks.
Like,
I
say-
agree.
say it's like 30 degrees centigrade or something, yeah. You'll be
I'm-
dying.
I'm
yeah?
dumb. You're
But
gonna
if
have
it's 30
to, you're
degrees
gonna have to
centigrade
talk to me
in
in
Spain,
Fahrenheit.
I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
You have to talk to me in Fahrenheit like a real person.
You have to convert like metrics.
Nah,
To, you know. Us
I
Americans
think,
don't feel
I
I
don't know,
think
I don't
30
know.
degrees Celsius is like almost 90 degrees. That's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's very hot. Yeah.
20 is like 75 or something like that, 72.
Where's my phone for the conversion? I do it all the time.
But yeah, no, like if it's say it's like 30 degrees or whatever, 86 Fahrenheit. Fresh just said it. So say it's like 86 Fahrenheit in England. That's a completely different 86 Fahrenheit as in Spain. Like in Spain,
Yeah.
it's lovely
Very
hot.
hip.
It's
Well,
yeah, but like 86 Fahrenheit in the UK, it feels like double that. It's just so it feels.
That's why I love California. California humidity is unbelievable. Like
dry,
it could literally be. I'm not kidding you. It could be 75 degrees. You could literally walk around in jeans and a sweatshirt, and it will not fade.
It's not a sticky
No.
humidity. It's kind of loose, like
Yeah.
And all humidity controls everything, as we all know. It's like I don't mind a dry heat, but when you throw the humidity in there, it's all jacked up. So, but hey, let's talk a little bit here. Then we got people in the channels. What are we thinking about Lingard? And I know we have different discussion. I've seen in the chats and stuff like that. But is this guy just pulling our chain?
I don't know, but did you see what I tweeted earlier? Which
Yeah,
has gone
I did.
viral.
Yeah,
That was fucking awesome.
Like, he's been spotted. It's been spotted at the East Lancashire like railway sort of thing, which East Lancashire is near Manchester. So obviously he's still in Manchester, and everyone's going, "Oh, he's in London finalising terms."
But
he's obviously
yeah.
not. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But who knows? He could have already been down to London and finalised it. He could have already been down to London to finalise it.
I would hear Lucas' opinion because I've seen all the chats and I've seen you rise and stuff like that. But I'm to the point now is that I'm so frustrated with this. I guess the question is for Lucas: is this delaying us signing someone else? And if it is, it's bad. So what do you think?
I don't know where I'm at compared to other people, but from what I've been seeing all the time is like, and nothing is pure fact, but like I can only take what I know from like X, The Athletic. So like from what I've gathered throughout this whole saga, like literally the beginning from him not coming back in the summer to now, is there's just a whole bunch of misconstrued information that everyone just is ignoring. Like for like one of the big things that like, and mind you, I want Lingard at West Ham. I'm not gonna like.
Too.
I don't want to like. I'm not gonna kill for him to come, but like if he comes, I'll be very excited. And just one main thing that like really irritates me is people keep saying like, oh, like he doesn't want to be here. If he wanted to be here, he would have came in the summer. Like that's just false. Firstly, because Ole just straight up lied to him about first team football. And mind you, I mean he's a born red. So when you hear like Ronaldo coming in, and then Ole literally promises you first team football, or at least a legitimate opportunity, and he just is left stuck in the mud. And I mean, mind you, he scored the winner against us at the very beginning of the year, so he was playing like decent, but still, Ole just basically lied to him. So then he was stuck in the mud there until January, and then then he wanted to come to us in January, but again, the Man United board denied him a move because we were practically rivals at that point. So that's two chances he had. One, I can understand why he didn't come, because I mean that's like
that's
like anyone
United
else.
Could have not accepted a bid as well.
He's born and bred a Red. Like that's his his club. So I understand it. January he tried, but again he's a Red. Like he's not gonna as much as we all wanted him to just blow that dressing room up and the board up, like fucking transfer me to West Ham right now. That wasn't going to happen. He's not going to leave
No.
No,
on
exactly.
bad
This is what I
terms
mean.
like
This is what
that.
I mean.
Even though they left him on bad terms, fucking didn't even play him 5 minutes at the last match of the season. But
Lucas, I don't want to interrupt you. I'm sorry, real quick,
you're good.
but from his lack of playing, did it lower his market value? Because he didn't get fucking time at all. He got little snippets, but his market value with all Premier League teams was when he was playing with West Ham because he was on fire, right? So he sat his ass on the bench with Man, and he's done a little split. So don't you believe his market value kind of goes?
Yeah.
And he's 29. He's 29 years old, so it's kind of like
going on 30.
So there you go.
And Fresh Fielder makes another brilliant point. Everyone is like just chatting shit about like, oh, he should have been here by now, yada yada. He's literally been a free agent for
24 hours.
24 hours and 50 minutes. Like, Aguerd isn't even at preseason training right now in Scotland. Yes.
Yeah.
And we don't work on weekends.
Well.
Everyone knows. West Ham does not work on weekends. But
I agree.
Those are like my two main gripes right now with like the whole Lingard saga is that people are just ignoring, like I said, they're not concrete facts, but like they're as close as the facts when it comes to sources as we can get. So
for sure.
Like, and again, like Fresh Fielder said, that's the third thing. Like he just became a free agent, and he has the right to weigh his options. Literally, Reese, I don't expect you to really know this, but like it's huge in American sports. When you become a free agent, you literally take your sweet ass time because you have so many options. And this is the thing.
True.
I don't blame Lingard for assessing his options, but people are over exaggerating how many options he's had. Everyone keeps talking about Italy, Newcastle, fucking Everton. I'm like, it's already been reported multiple times that he's not going abroad. It's just not happening.
He likes London. He likes
being close to home, which is basically Manchester. So people that keep saying he's going to go abroad, it's not fucking happening. It's not happening. So
I don't think so
it's
either.
literally down to us, Newcastle, and possibly Everton because Liverpool is close to Manchester, in a sense.
Yeah.
So
and I don't think Everton, with their value and they're selling the team and they're probably get relegated next year, it's between us and Newcastle, in my opinion. At the end of the day, that's just my Lucas opinion.
And like again, I'm a huge like not sitting on the fence, but like everyone can be right. Like I agree that Jesse Lingard's wage demands for someone that hasn't played in a year, basically, for 150 bags a week, that's just fucking. I mean, that's not like terrible, but for not playing for a whole season, that's pretty fucking asinine, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what pissed me off about the Lingard saga today. Obviously, you guys saw my tweet that I posted out, and a lot of people have retweeted it and commented and liked it and stuff. A lot of people were saying, like, retweeting it and saying, like, oh, I don't want him at the fucking club now. Don't fucking sign him. Like, I'm not being funny. It's, as we said, he's not even been a free agent for 24 hours. He could have already, his agent could be in London dealing with it now, whatever. Like, is it because he's with Francis? You're just a fucking twat if you think you don't want him because he's hanging out with a TikToker. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really pissed me off the way that some of the fans are reacting.
But the thing is, the West Ham fans is this, and I know this since January of last year, is that we were so excited when we signed people. We have missed windows after windows after windows that we had opportunities to bring some people in. And then we'll always say, it's Moises, we'll let it go because he did well. That's the question right now. Is there's no more. We need to sign some people. We need at least 2 strikers. We need a left back to take care of Cresswell. I would like to, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because we're Cresswell.
What's that? Cresswell. It's just like, it's nuts.
Cresswell sent off against Frankfurt.
I'm telling you right now, I would not play Cresswell as a starter or left back ever again. I've lost respect for him after he ran his ass.
We definitely need
with all respect to him, I told you, Lucas, you heard it before, and I know Rise, you heard it before. Once he ran into that injury, when he ran his hip into the goalpost, he was never the same again. And in all respect, he's done a great job with it, but he never came back. The crosses weren't as good. Remember, he's the best crosser in the world for set pieces. Best. But he lost that edge when he came back.
Yeah.
So, and I'm telling you, the right back is Johnson for the future. I'm telling you right now. Point said. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Beat me up.
My last thing that I'm gonna say. I'm sorry. Clips distracted me. He sent me a very funny clip. But my last Lingard thing was gonna be. I do also agree with everyone that it's basically time to move on. But like, you can't just move on in a fucking day or a week when he's been on holiday, he's practically been on a fucking year holiday, just sitting on the bench. I get it, but he just became a free agent. I would honestly I'd give it a week at most, and then if Moyes can't convince him, you just fucking move on.
Yeah. I just don't want.
I'll tell you what also about it being free agent season now. I'll tell you what else it is. I've seen quite a few posts about it today. It means Mark Noble not longer contracted to the club. It's heartbreaking.
It is.
Yeah.
Like,
it's very sorry. It's not a squad player, which it breaks your heart, but he'll always be part of the team. I think, in my belief.
Yeah, it's fucking sad. I tweeted at midnight exactly.
Oh, did you? Oh, nice.
Guy's no longer with us, but he's still taking pictures with all the fucking academy players, the new ones that are signing.
Oh yeah, he's. I'll tell you what, he ain't going to be playing football for another club. I can tell you that. He ain't going to. He's going to still be around the team. Like I reckon he would. He's going to become a staff member with the club. But
I agree. Totally.
Obviously, it's not had a proper holiday for 17, 18 years, like because he's been doing pre-season. Obviously, like short pre-season 2 years ago because of COVID and stuff like that. He's not had a proper break from football for nearly 20 years. If you know what I mean, like with him being in the academy and stuff, and like so he's gonna be taking a break now. Noble is and fair fucking play to him. And then like when he's back from that break, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in as an academy coach or something. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, he's gonna be in management for sure. In my opinion, I think.
I'm just ready for preseason to kick off. I'm
July 8th, baby.
30 days until the season starts. It's less than a month till the season starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The actual season starts in about a month, doesn't it? I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to really pay attention to transfer windows as hard as it is, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just for me, it's just big not to overreact to like the sources I see. Like I have like 3 core, maybe 4 core sources that like if they say something and it's like exciting, I'll definitely get excited. But most of the other bullshit,
I'll tell you one of them that I'm quite excited about is what's his name? Fabrizio Romano. He normally talks a lot of sense, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's one of the sources that I tend to.
Besides like ex Fabrizio and like Ornstein, I usually keep my ears up for like Rochane from the Athletic. Whenever he reports it's accurate, then the Athletic in general is spot on. And then
Charlie.
I think his
sent you the link, Charlie. Already sent you the link.
Bring Charlie on.
I think his name's Graham Bailey from 90 Minute Football. He's pretty solid.
Yeah.
He's kind of in the know a little bit there. Or not well, he's in the know, but like obviously it doesn't make him fucking accurate, but he normally reports accuracy. And then surprisingly, that one Sky reporter, I forget his name. He's a Indian lad. I forget his name. He was on the Aguerd news from minute 1, and that came true. He's pretty solid, but yeah, I try not to just overreact to every single thing I see. Like tonight, there's Twitter right now is going absolutely mental because there's this one West Ham news account that tweeted.
But Lucas, do you think it's because we haven't signed on the windows every time since how long now? We didn't do it in January. We didn't do it in the summer. You know, so do you think we're like that, but just because we haven't signed, we haven't done shit really, you know?
Yeah, but
not good moves.
This is the first time that we've signed 2 players before
No,
July in a
no,
long time.
Exactly. And I love them signings. I agree. Good point. That's
And
all
I mean,
I'm here and they were a good signing.
Yeah, we still have a long way. And realistically, as much as we would all love to see 6 or 7 signings before preseason starts,
It's not going to happen.
That is an unreal expectation. I'm genuinely shocked if we were to get 3, which I still think we can, because I think as much as Jesse Lingard has been dragging out a little bit, I think he's on the same mindset that no matter what club he wants to end up going to, I think he kind of wants to get in the beginning of the preseason and not like just jump into a squad and just see if he fits.
So my question is right now that we're in these players we signed.
Okay, Charlie.
I'm a proponent of Lingard as a striker. I'm a proponent as Bowen as a striker. I'm a very proponent of Antonio is a left winger because he's not a striker. So what's your thoughts?
We definitely do need a striker, and
or 2. 1 or 2, yeah.
Realistically, 2 more would be nice. I mean, I've always been a fan of like prime example, like our center back situation. I've always been a fan of having 4 center halves and then the 5th one being an academy guy.
I like that
because we don't need. Yeah. There's just some positions we don't need that many players. Like center half, everyone's freaking out about Issa Diop being sold, and it's like we don't. Yes, I know we're a bit injury prone at center half, but we don't need 5 center halves and 3 of them of the same quality.
I think, and I'm sorry to cut you off. We need them that we can be flexible on the left or the right, though. We need to have that flexibility because you know
we definitely need flexibility up top.
Right now, I mean, Cresswell's the left back, and besides that, the comfortable position for Soufal's right, Johnson's right. We don't have Fredericks anymore, and he was right. It doesn't matter. So we were lacking on someone that is actually trained on left back. Am I wrong?
Yeah, we don't have anyone. Oh yeah, Arthur.
Who's that?
Arthur Masuaku.
Some shit player.
Who?
Some shit player.
King Arthur.
Okay. That's why I was saying who.
It's all right. We've got Dawson in defence. We don't need anybody else.
But I mean, realistically, I would love to have three strikers, at least Antonio, and then someone.
Right, give me 1 second. My camera's not popping up. I'm going to restart.
You're good. Right. Someone just as good as him, and then an academy guy is like the 3rd, but that's not.
And that's what. And for me, that was the kick in the nuts when Perkins left. I know he's 18 years old, but he was a striker. And he left, and his agent left. And my opinion is that Moyes didn't give him an opportunity. He could have at least. We had a weak bench. We had no real strikers. He could have had some. And I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, is because me and Peach are pro Perkins. Let's watch his career, and I hope I'm wrong, but let's see he don't blow out because he had it. He had the acceleration.
I think he will. I think he will be good. I saw him play in person when I was over in England. When
Oh, you did see him live? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I saw them play Derby County. It was one of.
Oh, nice.
They were playing at the London Stadium that night, and they won 5-1. And Perkins scored twice. And I mean, I don't know. There's many different opinions on Perkins. Like for me, I like Perkins a lot, but I think at the end of the day, I don't think he was a Moyes type striker.
Exactly.
I mean, again, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be pretty good. I mean, he's pacey. He's just good positionally. He's a good finisher. He's not necessarily strong or limber like Moyes likes. And I mean, who at 17, 18 years old is already a fucking brute?
Thank you. Exactly.
So like that could be That could be one issue, and the fact the club's statement today, like there could have been some foul play.
Oh, I think it definitely was. I'm sure somebody put the nugget up in there.
Yeah.
What were
But
we
yeah,
saying?
I'm just
Sorry.
we're just finishing on Perkins, but we're just talking transfers. But I mean, again, I'm excited for everything. I'm not in a big rush for us to sign a bunch of players. I still think there's a good amount of time to get realistically. If let's say we were to sign 5 or 6 players, if we could get them in with 2 preseason matches before the season started, I think that is perfectly fine. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I think preseason is important. I take it very seriously, but like it always depends on the schedule as well. This is back-to-back preseasons now where we're playing some pretty solid competition where most clubs are playing just like a bunch of shithouse matches. Like we're playing Ipswich Town, playing Reading, Rangers. Like
the only thing I'm worried about is this: we had the same discussion last year, and we said
you'll find that a lot every year.
Yeah, well, now as a West Ham fan, I'm getting old now. It's 4 years now as a West Ham fan, but you get worrisome. We said the same thing last year.
It's been a while. Do you want me to send you the link?
Have you noticed that the past 6 transfer windows have been our most important transfer windows today? Every single one is the most important.
I think Lucas.
Well, I've got a question, guys. It's not entirely West Ham related.
Go for it.
How do you guys think Haaland's going to do for City this year?
I mean, he'll probably do amazing. I think he'll get off to like a slow start, but I mean, actually, you know, I don't know because they're gonna have to switch their style of play for him because he's not really.
I'll tell you what. I think he's gonna. I don't think he's going to play more than 10 minutes a season. I think Craig Dawson's going to break his legs in the first 15 minutes versus us.
Well, my thought process, if he gets some playing time, he'll do well. It's what you said, Rice, exactly. How much time does he get? You know what I mean? These big clubs, they stack their shit with and pay these guys millions of dollars, and they sit and do this.
Yeah, but also you got to think, Timo Werner came over from the Bundesliga, was ripped up in the Bundesliga, went to Chelsea, it's done shit.
See, no,
but
I was just about to say.
Haaland going to be the same? It's just.
I was just about to say. So I think he could somewhat struggle because the Bundesliga is so counterattacking and fast paced. Like no one really possesses the ball and like cross like. Basically, what I'm saying, Erling Haaland is like not a complete striker yet. He's a big fucking fast brick shit house who can put the ball in the net. He doesn't really he's not really a fox in the box. He's not the best header of the ball, even though he's tall and big as shit. Like he's like a deer, strong, fast, and can finish. Like he's not a Man City striker yet. Like if I were to be honest with you, I think Julian Alvarez, their other acquisition, I think he would be a safer option to start personally because he's like a more complete all-around striker. Like Haaland right now, I don't think is a City striker, but he can definitely be the fucking man.
Yeah.
Like he's got everything. The only thing he really doesn't have is a right foot. And again, like for someone who's 6'4", I mean, you'd expect him to be a better header of the ball, but he's not.
Put this guy on. Yeah. Put Duke on. He's talking shit.
I mean, he could definitely score 25 plus goals. I just want to see. Oh, by the way, Duke, love you, miss you.
We do love you.
He's such a counterattacking striker. And man,
let me just say what.
Go for it.
I'll let you talk, Luke. Go. No, I was gonna say Eclipse. Me and Peach were begging West Ham to sign Julian Alvarez, like in the January transfer window. You probably all know that me and Peach big admirer.
I'm not waffling. Erling Haaland has not yet proven that he's a fox in the box. He's a good passer of the ball, and I'm not saying that he won't ever be. When you play for City, you can only get better.
Come on, Duke. Come on, Duke. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lucas.
But I do think Erling Haaland. I think he'll score 25 plus. That is a shit ton. And you got to remember, there are so many good players on City. There's no way that one of them is just going to be bagging in all the goals. I think Haaland, if we're just talking Premier League, and you got to remember how much Man City rotate. I think Haaland, I think he'll score. I think he'll touch 20. I think he can get 20. I don't think he'll get close to 30. But like 18 to 20 goals. 18 to 20, I think is fair. He'll probably score 30 in all competitions. Maybe 35, honestly. Can you imagine him in the FA Cup? Could you imagine him in the League Cup against fucking like Newport County or something? Like just absolutely terrorizing those poor bastards.
Yeah, our biggest mistake in the last year and a half was our biggest mistake in the last, I'd say, what was it, last year maybe? Not signing Diaz. Now he's at Liverpool. That guy, we had opportunity, and that guy right now is one of my favorite players. And if we had him in West Ham, it'd change the game.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just going to send Duke the link.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I could have done that.
He said he's going to come on and put you fools to bed.
Oh, shit.
I can't wait. Where's
Here,
I got it. I just sent it.
Love me some Duke.
I'll send it as well. My phone's on a go, so.
But Lucas, don't you like Diaz? He's with Liverpool
Oh yeah,
now.
I love Diaz. I'm very jealous that he's a Liverpool player because I fucking hate Liverpool.
And we had the opportunity, didn't we?
Yeah.
It depends on what you.
Yeah, and we also had an opportunity in January. Apparently, to sign Darwin Núñez, who's signed for Liverpool as well. Apparently, we're in for Darwin Núñez in January, aren't we?
That January with Calvin Phillips and Rafinha was. I don't know. I think those were phantom bids. Those were the we tried
okay.
bids.
Yeah, the we tried bids.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually contract with Liverpool, isn't it?
Yep, I'm so excited for Premier League this season. There are literally so many good clubs this season.
It's gonna be fun.
And there's there's 3 or 4 clubs that are looking to establish themselves now after some good win. Well, Villa, Newcastle.
Yeah. No, Newcastle.
Brighton as always. They'll probably get like 2 or 3 players that we have no idea who they are, but they're going to be great signings. And then hopefully, or actually not hopefully, but still got to think about Wolves. There's going to be a lot. Oh, I mean, Leicester's going to be right there, too. There's going to be a lot of competition for that Europa Conference League spot, too. 7th place is going to be up in the air.
Definitely.
Where's Duke at?
He came into the thing, but then he disappeared.
He went down.
I'm upset though. I was planning my England trip again, and the one match I wanted to go to, of course, had to be at the very beginning of the season. I wanted to do Nottingham Forest away at City Ground so bad, so
I'm
bad.
not moving to Nottingham. I'm not moving to Nottingham.
Really?
Say again.
I might be moving to Nottingham.
Really?
Yeah. If things go well with this job that I've gone for, I'll be moving to Nottingham.
Nice.
So that'll be cool.
I know Nottingham has a good music scene.
Yes, it does. It definitely does.
I just want to go to City Ground so bad. Oh, I can't. Now I just remembered how fucking brutal our first month of the season is. Our first month of the season is always fucking brutal. Ever since I can remember.
Yeah. It is like at least we
And
haven't
I'm
got
sorry.
Newcastle away first game of the season this year.
I'm sorry, but it's fucking corruption that 3 out of the last 4 seasons, or no, 2, or is it 2 or 3? No, it's fuck. What is it?
Cheers, mate.
No, it might be. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. But I'm sick of fucking playing Man City first match.
Yeah.
And then if you want to count,
that is crazy.
If you want to count the last 8 years, we've opened up against a big 6 club fucking 6 times. The only 2
the rest of us been
that we haven't
Newcastle
were
away.
Newcastle. Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, but my
So
thing is that we need to get better, and then we don't have to fucking worry about that. Now I agree the top 6 is good, and play Man City at the first sucks with doing all that, but we cannot. I like I said, I've only been around as a fan since 2019. I haven't seen the struggles that you guys have had, which is I'll always support. Like, hey, Lucas, I'm a Baltimore Oriole fan. You know what I mean? So
We
I'm
did
no
just
doubt-
have our best month of baseball
Yes,
since
we did.
2017.
Thank
Go
you,
O's.
Lucas. But I hope you understand that I am used to teams that aren't always doing well and still sticking by them.
Yes.
So my point is this: we always have to try to improve on this. We can't be scared of it, and we have to hold the board and the managers accountable. I think if I compare it to baseball, and Lucas, please correct me if I'm wrong, I think the manager in the Premier League has more say than the manager in Major League Baseball.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's another funny fucking news thing that I could not get my hands around. Someone tweeted the other day that David Sullivan, of all fucking people, David fucking Sullivan, was getting panicky, and I quote, panicky or impatient that we weren't buying players. That is the biggest load of fucking bollocks I've ever heard in my fucking life. David Sullivan getting antsy we haven't signed anyone. Bull fucking shit.
I agree.
Literally, all that guy wants us to do is just not get fucking relegated, and he's happy. But that's besides the point. I get what you're saying.
No, but no, it's totally right, because sometimes there's some people and Angelo's just one thing. They just want to see.
He's fucking evil.
Yep. If their revenue is above their expenses, cut it. They have no care and no faith in.
I cannot wait till his kids are fucking owning the team.
I don't think that.
Reese, you would actually think this is funny.
For much longer.
Reese, you think this is funny? So the baseball team that me and Lauren support, Baltimore Orioles, we're kind of in the same boat where our owner just sucks so much ass. But it's the funny thing is his family are actually in court with him currently, trying to secure more ownership of the team, and it's like over finances. Could you imagine just little Sully taking Big Sully to the court just to secure some more ownership? That's basically what's going on right now in our two worlds. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's sad.
But as I was saying, I don't think DSB will still be owners of the club in 18 months.
I mean, if reports are correct, this is our last fucking season with them. Pray to fucking God.
Pray to fucking God. Yeah.
I mean, I won't believe it till I see it.
But then again, grass isn't always greener on the other side.
True, but I'm thinking, as a owner, you can make profit and still take care of your fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like how many boats do you want, man? If you're doing this and you're making $1 billion, you're a billionaire, or $1 million nowadays is a billionaire. Give some love to the fans who love this stuff.
Yep.
You're not going to lose nothing. What, an extra waiter somewhere in your yacht? You know, come on now. That's the difference. There's people that are greedy as shit, don't give a fuck about. Sorry about the language.
It's fine. Don't give a care. Fine. I swear all the time.
don't care about the league at all. Do this. They can become owners, invest in the squad, and still make a lot of money and make the fans happy. That's the problem. Some become disconnected. So I don't even want to know about this because all this is their money.
Well,
And I
yeah.
think but there's a difference that could happen. It's sad that we deal with this, and with Orioles we deal with it. With West Ham we've dealt with it, and hopefully it gets better. So,
I think it will. I just the
oh yeah, hey, show your
All right,
face,
okay.
boy.
You lot out there shut your noise, and you lot in here shut your noise and listen to me for crying out loud for 2 minutes. I'm trying to deal with idiots in my pub, and I'm going to deal with you idiots in my chat as well. Right. Let me. Right, yeah.
Yes,
oh,
Jokey.
Oh, yeah,
did you get new wallpaper up, Duke?
No, this is the same wallpaper. This is just what's in the corner by the DJ booth. Look, yeah.
I
Let
never
me
noticed.
unplug you. Yeah, look, let
I
me.
love it.
Yeah.
I don't think I went there.
DB.
I don't think I went around that bit of the pub. To be fair, when I went there.
Hey, get them chicks drunk out of the house.
Get a yeah, they're a pain in my ass, Larry. But hey, look, I got lipstick on my shirt because one of them's fucking being a knobhead. I'm on a live chat. Shut up, you lot. No, oh dear God, hang on. Let me mute you. I'll be back.
Wait, no, wait. He's got lipstick on his shirt.
What?
But they can't hear nothing they can say.
It's her fault that I've got lipstick on my shirt because she was crying
Okay,
and I
okay.
gave her a cuddle because she's a bellend.
Like,
Good morning, Darren.
You don't need to. Fuck off.
Hello.
I miss that pub.
I won't lie.
I need to come back and have
Yeah,
a
they
proper,
did. Yes,
like,
your thighs clapped.
drink
Yes.
at the pub.
All right, Duke.
Anyway,
what do you think
right.
of my thoughts?
Right. Erling Haaland is going to score 25 goals in the Premier League alone next season. Right?
He
And
won't,
if
because
you
Craig
listen,
Dawson's going to break his legs on the first game of the season.
listen. Dawson's going to deal with that prick on the first game of the season. So's again. But the thing is, he doesn't have to be the fox in the box to score the goals. Listen, we saw him break from the halfway line and scored probably 10 goals in his first season. Actually, he scored 10 goals in his first 4 games for Dortmund after moving from, was it Leipzig or Salzburg? I think it was Salzburg he moved from. And he was just running from midfield and just scoring goals for fun. Now, the issue you're going to have is he's going to do that in the Premier League regardless. Listen, he's going to be playing with better players. The passes are going to be better. I mean, City have finally seen sense, and you're going to see Sterling leave. Sterling's going to end up at Chelsea, I think, which kind of makes Chelsea weaker because I just think he's a selfish, greedy, useless
Yeah,
piece of shit.
I think Sterling's fading away though. He's not like even your club. I don't see him progressing. I see him regressing.
I reckon, with Sterling, I reckon Bowles going to take his slot in the England team for the
I
World Cup.
agree.
Listen, if he doesn't, Reece, if he doesn't, then there's a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, there's a problem. Jared Bowen as a player, for me, is more complete than Raheem Sterling.
I agree. Duke, you're
The thing
talking
is with
about
Raheem
it.
Sterling,
I love it.
the thing is with Raheem Sterling, he hit his peak a lot sooner. You know what I mean? He hit his peak at a lot younger age.
Listen,
That's
he
why
hit his peak
everything's
because
so
he was
good.
going to live. Listen, Jared Bowen last season in the Liverpool side. Honest to God, Jared Bowen in that Liverpool side, Liverpool win the Premier League.
Yeah.
I agree.
Liverpool win the Premier League if Jared Bowen plays in that Liverpool side. Declan Rice plays in that Liverpool side. Liverpool win the Premier League.
Because Jordan Henderson is fucking shit.
It's got nothing to do with Jordan Henderson. I made a comment in my pub.
Russell Henderson.
No, it's always Rice. Listen, even
You
Rice
guys are
is
whack.
better than Jordan. Jordan Henderson at his best is still worse than Declan Rice at his worst. I made a comment the other day to a few Man U fans in my pub, and I said they only actually need two signings to compete in the Premier League next year, and one was Declan Rice, and one was Calvin Phillips. And the reason I feel they only needed two is because for England, Harry Maguire is a really good defender. Okay, Harry Maguire, when just told defend with your head and clear the ball, Don't try and break up play. Don't try and intercept passes. Just defend. Just defend your man and clear the ball. When he has Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips in front of him for England, Harry Maguire is a good defender.
Yeah.
He's not an £80 million defender. Don't get me wrong. I'm certainly not trying to make that comparison. What I'm saying is, what do you want? Yes, I'll sort you one out. Oh, get Paul to get no, I'm fine. I've got it. Go on, get Paul to do it. Oh, you can do it yourself. Go on. Fuck's sake. Yeah, Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, break up play, intercept play. They're holding midfielders. Certainly, yeah, I don't think I should. Certainly not what McTominay and Fred are. Fred and McTominay are not defensive midfielders. Whereas Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice are. You put Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice in that United squad, and United are challenging for the title next season. Obviously,
Yeah.
Phillips has gone to City, which replaces Fernandinho, which does us a favour because now they're not going to come looking for Rice. I think we keep Rice for one more season, and then he goes next year for 120 million, and I'll be happy with that.
But no, I have a question for you two, and I have and for Lucas and Rice. That is, I think the time of small strikers has gone by. Right now, even like the left wingers, you see, do we need? Geez, it's hard. I can't talk too much. Guys your people are party too loud. But my question is this: you see Sterling, you see Ben Rama, small guys. They have maneuverability, but their defenders are kicking their ass. I think right now, as we transition to the Premier League, you need to have a bigger, stronger striker and corner in this. Because if you look at and you tell me if I'm wrong, how many times this year Ben Rama got pushed around the wing when he went down and tried to score? And let me finish real quick that you can get a return. How many times in the middle that we'd have it? Sterling is a quick guy, and you're right. If you're a solid, do it real quick. But we have no bodies in the middle. I think right now the transition to Premier League is you need bigger strikers and bigger forwards, fast and all. And it's happened to make it successful. All right, that's my vote.
I think the problem is there, Larry, with that comment about the players like "shut up, you lot" with Ben Rama and Sterling is you just quoted two very greedy, very individual, very it's about me kind of players.
Okay,
And that's the way I look at Ben
good
Rama.
point.
He loves a step over. He loves a let me try and do a skill, but he also, if he can't beat the man, he comes back on himself. He turns his back on players. Now, when I coached a good number of years ago with Charlton Athletic, I told defenders when they would defend, shut up. When I told defenders when they were defending not to turn their back on the attacking players, um, the same goes for the attacking players. If they can't beat a player, they kind of come back on themselves, but they turn their back and they lose the attacking momentum. Which
Yeah, sure.
what they need to do is they kind of need to back themselves up away from the defender, but still facing them to give them a chance of taking them on again. Now the problem is with Ben Rama, the problem is with Sterling is they're very greedy type players. Now I have no doubt that under the right manager, Raheem Sterling will be, say Ben Rama will be very, very successful. I have no doubt about that. Unfortunately, in a West Ham side that we rely on him to come back and defend slightly to aid Aaron Cresswell until we get a left back that can defend properly. We're
Yeah.
going to struggle. And that's why we have Fornals out there. Ben Rama doesn't want to do the donkey work. In the same way that Anderson
Oh, he does.
didn't
You're
want to
right.
do the donkey work. If you look at Jared Bowen on the right, Jared Bowen does the donkey work. He tracks back and defends. I mean, I was there for the game against Arsenal. And just before he scored his goal, on the break before he scored his goal, he was practically at right back, helping out, I think it was Johnson or ThA, sorry, at right back and stopping them from breaking through, and then all of a sudden he goes up the other end and he scores, one of his two. And it was against City, it might have been. And it was outstanding, because that's what Bowen does. Bowen can defend. Benrahma doesn't want to do that, which is why Bowen will find himself at a new
True.
club if the right fee comes in for him. And I hope that he goes off and be successful elsewhere because he's a good player. He's a very talented player. Um, but we play in a formation and a set of tactics that requires our left and right wingers to drop in and defend when the left and right back of the opposition attack with the left and right wingers. So we become overloaded, and that becomes Cresswell's problem, which is why we found ourselves down to 10 men in 2 European games because he was overloaded with players coming forward, made silly fouls, got himself sent off. You need your left and right wingers to be able to track back. So you've got one-on-one rather than a left back facing a left wing and a right wing and a right back on the overlap, which is where, like I say, Benrahma doesn't do it with Cresswell, which is why Cresswell finds himself overloaded. Um, it's it's difficult because I think the formation that we play under Moyes is perfect for West Ham. A 4-2-3-1 is perfect. If we can go out and get Broja, if we can go out and get Danjuma, who can also play up front, you kind of give yourself Danjuma and Antonio can play left wing, right wing, centre forward. You got Jared
He
Bowen
should.
who can play left wing, right wing.
Dude, I've
You
said
know,
this so long. Antonio's not a fucking striker. Period.
he's
Not a striker.
not. He's not,
He's
Larry.
a
but
left winger. He's a left winger, right winger. That's great.
He was the right. He was a right wing back. He
He's
was
the
a right wing back, but
he's the
it
guy
worked.
because we've never signed a striker. Besides
But it
Haller,
worked.
when's the last time we truly signed a true striker? Besides Haller, when's the last time we truly signed a striker?
But
Perkins,
it's worked.
who's a young.
It has worked. Listen, it's worked.
It has
under
worked
Moyes.
somewhat.
It has
Yeah,
worked
I
because
agree.
Antonio has got the most goals for West Ham in the Premier League than any other player for West
That's
Ham.
true, yeah.
Arnautovic was a winger and turned into a bloody good centre forward.
How many goals
you
did
know,
Antonio have in the second half this year?
Hey, listen, I
One?
don't care
Maybe
because
one.
the way he performed,
Let me
No.
it
just
wasn't
butt in on
about his
this.
goals, it was about his
Antonio was
performance.
fucking knackered for the last half of the season because he was being constantly played. That's why he
Knackered or
wasn't
not, though,
as
Reece,
good.
knackered or not, he still put in shifts every single game.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Whether or
That's what I
not
mean.
he scored
Hey,
goals,
Duke,
whether or not
hey,
he
Duke,
dragged
hey,
players
Duke,
left, right, and
and I
centre.
agree, and I agree with you, Duke, there because that guy was putting the shits because we had nobody else. So he was working his ass off, but he was. And guess what? And this year, compared to last year, we were about his injuries. He stayed healthy, but the thing was, he needed help. He needed help. It's nothing against Antonio, but he needed help.
And he
Right,
asked for
listen,
help.
boys, let me go and get my pub closed down and hoovered up.
All right,
I will try and come back if you're still on in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably still be on. To be fair, Charlie said he'd be back on. He'll be on at some point. So.
All right, give me probably half hour and I'll be back with you. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries,
All
mate.
right,
No
Dookie.
worries.
All right.
Take it easy. I'll catch you in a sec.
All right, Duke.
Yeah, the thing is about Antonio, he always runs out to the left wing. Like if you look at his heat maps from games and stuff, he's always drifting out to the left.
And Rise, that's what I was trying to say. And I've said this for years now. So I know it's not many years because I haven't been around long. But every time I said this guy is not a striker, he does a great job passing the ball to the center and all that. But he moves it. He always has a tendency to move himself to the left or the right. And people tell me that that's what Moyes wants him to do. That's great, but we need a fucking striker that's going to stay in the middle that can attack the ball. He does some great passes to the left. If you watch him, he does a great job. But we needed somebody that's going to be in the middle. I believe that Bowen would be a better striker than Antonio. And then we need to find somebody. But my biggest question is this, that we have not, besides Haller that we had lost, who have we signed that's a true striker?
Who's the only striker? Who's the only striker that David Moyes has signed for West Ham? Who's the only striker that David Moyes has signed for West Ham?
Yeah, exactly.
You know who the last true striker we had was, which is fucking
Besides
hilarious.
Haller?
Oh well, yeah. Well, before that was fucking or the last one that Moyes did have. I mean, he didn't buy him, but besides Allaire, he did have fucking Chicharito for a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm saying who was the
What
last
was that?
one that Moyes? Who's the only striker that Moyes has signed for West Ham?
Oh,
During when he started, when he came back, none. Has none. Zero.
Yeah, but who he did
Zero.
sign one in the first. He signed one in the first spell.
oh yeah, Jordan Hugel.
Yes, Jordan
Ah,
Hugill. Yes,
you're
that
right.
boy.
That boy, the man. My
Boy,
favorite
love.
striker of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I
How
miss
many
Jordan
likes is my tweet
Hugel.
on now?
Is he still at Norwich or is he at
843.
Cardiff now permanently? I'm about to look this up.
I'm not sure.
I'm looking it up. Well, he's at preseason right now with Norwich. I don't know if he's gonna get loaned back out or sold, but he actually scored today.
What a man! What a man!
Who do they play? They played. Come on, where is it? Who's DTFC?
That's why he's not signing any strikers.
Yes, I fully agree. Wait, Jordan Hugel might have scored multiple goals today.
Oh, we absolutely love that.
Todd Cantwell was back in preseason. No way he's playing in the fucking championship this season. He's going to definitely get a move.
What, Todd Cantwell? Yeah, I can see him going.
Oh, they played Durham. Durham Town.
Yeah, that's not too far from here, really. It's a little way, but it's
Like an
not
hour?
too far. Yeah, it's sort of not. It's like Norwich sort of way.
Ah, okay.
So it's not too. Yeah, it's not too far from Norwich.
Oh man, Reese, I'm trying to schedule my next trip over. I need these Europa League conference matches to be released.
Oh yeah, when are the
first
schedule?
Conference League playoff is August 18th. And then the second leg is the 25th of August.
What happened to Peach? Where's Peach at? He died off?
He's still in the background, but he's disappeared. He's probably talking to his parents about some shit or something. Or he's gone back down to the pub. I've gone back to the pub. Got to pick up some ciders, or fuck knows.
Get him some ciders. Respect.
Exactly.
Because obviously we were live earlier. I hopped on earlier and like made my comeback to YouTube, shall I say? And then what was it? We said I would do a show later. So if because my phone was nearly dead. So and then like I thought, you know what, fuck it, we'll set one up for midnight my time. You know what I mean? So I was like, so I sent him a message saying like, look, I tried ringing him, then I sent him a message saying like, look, I'll set one up for midnight if you're down for it. And then he rang me back from this bar. He like video called me back from this bar, and he was just like being Peach a bar, and I was like, that sounds about right.
You know,
our first live chat on the East Coast time now, because the Lexington, Kentucky's in East Coast instead of Auburn.
So is it a different? So is it like 1 hour difference?
1 hour closer to you guys instead of backwards. So, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Lawrence, you want to know one thing I couldn't get my mind wrapped around was when I was in Nashville, and how the right side of Tennessee is on East East Coast time, and then Nashville is on Central. I thought that was absolutely fucking bananas. And it's like, how do people in that state plan with one another?
Exactly, Lucas. It's, in Alabama, the same way. When I was in Auburn, I was
There's parts of Alabama that are East Coast time.
Yeah, I was 15 minutes away from East Coast time, a very close sliver, but it was. And I was on Central. Now I'm Eastern. I'd rather be Central because
Central time is phenomenal.
awesome timing, all this stuff, games, watching all that.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
even West Coast time for sports, literally everything besides the football, as in footy,
late
is marvelous.
night. You need coffee on East Coast time for all these late games.
Monday night football at 6 or 5, whatever it is, absolutely amazing.
Oh, it's perfect.
And then 10 a.m. NFL on Sunday is absolutely phenomenal. I
love that. I can deal with that. It's like
it's just the footy. It's just the footy that's fucking awful on the West Coast. Speaking of that, so there's a DC Iron that he's moving. He got contracted to Honolulu, and I mean, obviously, if you have to work in Honolulu, who the fuck is going to complain about that? And I will.
It does suck. I was doing some shifts over there, and I love it.
I've watched West Ham a fair few times in Honolulu. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cool.
Watching West Ham at 3 a.m. in the morning is a little underrated.
I'll admit I have done that. It is amazing.
I would do it, but
no, I'm talking live though. Live.
Yeah. So
where were you?
England. They were playing away in China or something in some pre-season about 6 or 7 years ago. No,
I'm not joking. I think it was, and this was Pellegrini era when we had Chicharito. I'll never forget. I think we were playing. It was either Everton or Burnley, and we were wearing those sexy black kits, the black and Claire kits.
Black kits.
Black and gold kit is my favorite kit.
Black and gold, I love it. I love black and gold.
Yeah, you do.
That black and gold kit. the third kit from 2020-2021 season. Oh, fucking what a beautiful kit.
But I was up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Not just gone the one before.
I was up at 3 a.m. I can't remember. I think I was drunk, but I was watching, and I think Antonio actually scored that match, which was funny enough.
Beautiful.
Wow. 3 a.m. underrated.
I'd say it's underrated as well.
I can tell you something right now. A tidbit. I was stationed in Middle East, Bahrain, and as you guys know, I was from Auburn a little bit, so I'm Auburn, Alabama. Me and my buddy went into the Skip, which is a secret place, and we got to see we watched the Auburn Florida State. We lost that match. Auburn Florida State match for the championship in the Skip live. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It finished off like when we had to go to work and we lost, so we're like really pissed off.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Watch it there. So we sat there, big screen TV, sat there, and it was like, man, it sucks, dude.
Lawrence, I actually watched Adley Rutschman's debut when I was in London. Midnight sharp.
What do you think about him? He's getting better and better, right, bud?
I love Adley Rutschman.
I love this guy. He's going to be the man. He's going to be a catcher.
He's already the man. He was the man as soon as he started, and I don't care how bad he started off.
I agree, Lucas.
He's going to be so good.
Yeah, we knew it. I agree, Lucas.
I was gonna say, watching the NFL and NBA and stuff, it sometimes is on at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's brilliant.
Well, it depends. Like the thing, I won't watch a game late at night if I don't care about it. But if it's the Ravens or it's the Orioles or a great match, I'll try to stay up. So it depends on what game it is.
I'll tell you what. The weird thing to me when I went over and visited London and I went to all those matches, it was so weird to me watching all the matches at nighttime, because over here literally it's always morning. During the day.
Yeah.
Like when it's light outside. And that's just cool, like go into the match and it was like kind of dark. I was like, what the fuck? My perception was just so insanely different. I was like, okay, this is a bit weird.
That's funny.
The one thing I didn't get to do that I wanted to do is get the giant fucking pints outside the stadium.
They got giant pints. What giant pints?
Oh, they're literally ginormous. I swear they're like half a gallon pints. They're insane.
What?
I mean,
Yeah,
they'll run you about 15 pounds, but my God, they are massive.
Yeah, we had like I'll say I've had them like like the massive fucking jugs of beer and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
I
what
think
you're
I
talking to.
when I was in Blackpool last year, I think I was paying like £10 or something for one, but that's obviously because that's up north and like London prices are a lot more. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like if you buy like say like, I drink Stella Artois, like if I bought a pint of Stella Artois in Blackpool, it'd be like £3. If I bought it in London, it'd be like £5.
Yeah, I got you.
Like
Yeah, it depends where you're at. Cost of living is
Yeah.
different. Yeah. Same in the States.
Definitely.
Depends where you buy it. It's where you buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait to
But
do
I
that.
was sat there in Lucas's favorite place in the UK, which is
Absolutely. Weatherspoons, baby.
I was sat in Weatherspoons, a train station, and I was like,
I'm not
right,
kidding
okay, I'll
you,
buy it.
Lawrence. Weatherspoons, Matt. Okay, so I mean, Reese will be able to explain it better than me because he fucking loves Weatherspoons, but I also do. Basically, like what their specialty is, they sell like not literal discounted alcohol, but like they sell the cheapest alcohol in England by far.
Yeah.
And basically, just imagine. The only thing I don't like about Weatherspoons is that a lot of them don't have like TVs in them. But when you find ones that have, when you find ones that have the TVs and they're playing the footy, it's fucking phenomenal. It's like Applebee's with the cheapest alcohol you can imagine.
I love when it's Applebee's around the bar, some apps and a pint. I'm good with that.
I'm closing in on 100 different Weatherspoons as well.
Oh, okay. I don't want to say pint. I want the big glass.
I'm closing in on 100 Weatherspoons now. I'm like 80 something now.
Fantastic. They do have TGI Fridays, Lawrence, over there. I do love the TGI Fridays.
Oh, that's old school. That's old school. It's gone away here, but it's good. Give me some.
Starting to get Tim Hortons over here as well.
Mozzarella.
You have Tim Hortons?
Yeah, we're starting to get them over here. There's one in Leicester.
That's Canadian. That's Canadian.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've got Taco Bell starting to pop up everywhere.
Yes, you do. I've heard. You have Wendy's.
We've got a Taco Bell coming to Peterborough.
There's a Wendy in my ends over in Romford. Shout out to my ends.
Yeah, there's a Wendy's in Romford. Yeah.
If you got a Taco Bell, you probably got a KFC too.
Oh yes, they do. Shout out Romford.
Oh, we've had KFC here for years.
Romford and Ilford, those are my ends. Don't nobody come in there without talking to me first.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I think someone just got someone just got murdered in Ilford the other day. I think. Golly.
Yeah, does not surprise me.
My ends are in shambles right now.
Yeah, it's because you're not there.
Exactly. I need to hold it down. I can't be holding it down 7,000 miles away.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say because you know how close I grew up to Romford, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know where. Did you ever go like to or through Hornchurch or whatever when you were there?
Yeah. Almost every
it's
time.
Literally it's literally on the doorstep of Romford, isn't it? That's where I grew up.
I'll tell you what. I love my car that I have right now, but ever since going to London, just experiencing the London Transit, I just don't understand why I have a car anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like the fact. Oh, it's just crazy how many fucking places you can get to without a fucking car. It's insane. Like,
exactly. Even like here, I can get to London in what, an hour and a half, 2 hours using public transport.
Yeah.
It's like 100 miles.
Sorry guys, I got email. I'm trying to sell a house or buy a house. I'm like,
you're good.
Sorry.
But yeah, like I could get down to London in like an hour and a half from here, like using public transport.
Okay, so you guys know more about me. So West Ham home. How far is it from downtown London?
It's I'm not going to say it's right there, but it is almost practically right there. I would say, like, if you wanted me to be literal, but if you were driving from, let's
Say
say,
you were in Crofton going to Baltimore. How far is it?
it's, I mean,
Same?
Stratford is a 10
Probably about 10,
minutes.
15 miles
No,
from central.
good.
It's about
And-
10,
and if
15
you-
miles from
and if
central
you're
London.
if you're talking like Upton Park to
Yeah,
central
Upton
London,
Park. Yeah.
that's like 20, maybe 15,
That's
Yeah.
still nothing, man.
because that's
nothing.
like east London.
East London. I'll tell you what happened earlier. I had my little one. We got off the train and we were walking, because they got like someone that opens the crossing barriers and stuff.
Yeah.
And they sit in this little hut. And we were walking down there, and me and my little one were singing "I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles." And then all of a sudden, like, we finished the song, and then all of a sudden you hear "United" out of the little crossing box, and I was like, "Yes!"
Awesome.
From the random
That's
guy, I was like,
awesome.
"Yes,
That's
love
awesome,
it."
bro.
You know, the funniest shit, I don't know why, that just reminded me of Brighton away, which, I mean, I've only been to one away day, but fucking Brighton away was absolutely phenomenal. Lawrence, Brighton is literally the San Francisco of England, minus the homeless.
Yeah, the homeless are everywhere.
Yeah.
And may I say, Lucas, during your journeys in Europe, I really loved it. I tried to follow the whole way through, and I thought your shit was the bomb.
It
all
was
the spots and all. No, it was awesome, dude.
it was
And I was
truly
happy.
lovely.
And I was so happy. Half the time, I was happy for you because I knew I could see how much you enjoyed it.
Thank
You know
you.
how much you like to be with them, and I always like your stuff on Twitter, but it was really cool to see that you went through that because you were happy with that and stuff. So, like with James, and we had our stuff, and I'm hoping we got over it because I like James now, and all the guys, it was great. So I respect
Yeah,
you.
it was. I would say
That was cool.
the craziest thing, and if you ever get the chance, I mean, you probably felt it with Wally a little bit when he visited you, but like
It was.
the craziest thing to me was that like there was no that awkward like introduction or conversation. Literally, it just felt like I've been talking to these
Exactly.
fucking people and I've known them for fucking years, and
Dude,
I've never even seen them in person.
Dude, that was exactly how it was with Ross. Like, I knew this guy. It's like, and I had a feast for this guy. And it's like, but it's like I knew him. I didn't know his wife, and he didn't know my wife. But exactly, it's like that. I understand what you're saying.
That was my favorite part. But holy shit, seriously, Brighton, class fucking town. I like Brighton a lot. Good city. And why I say it was a lot like San Francisco, like literally it had the same exact like hilly streets, and then like just from anywhere you stood you could just see the water. It was insane. I loved it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And the fish and chips was phenomenal. I was blasted out of my mind, and I had a fish and chips, absolutely pissed up.
Mark Vega, right?
Of course.
Okay, just checking.
And then, but what I was gonna say about Brighton away is when we lost, there's a metro station literally right outside their ground, and we lost. But like for some odd reason, we all just kept singing Palace. Who the fuck are Palace?
Yeah,
Just like
I'm still mad about that Brighton away game. I'm still fucking mad about that.
I was too, but for some reason we were all just like, it was me, Happy Hammerer, and there was a few others, and I don't know why, but like the atmosphere after losing was so like the first 15 minutes were fucking terrible, but then after like. Because I'll give this, Brighton has a great like family fan base. There's no like fucking smug, arrogant people. It's all just kind of like, oh, we won, we're happy. Oh, we lost, fuck it, whatever. I would say if we took it a notch down, our fan base, we would be like a bit like Brighton, but that'll never happen. But great fucking away day. But I still really wanted to do nodding them away. That was like my next. That was the one I've had circled ever since they got promoted. But I definitely want to try and do. There's a few good months where there's some good away days. Like I would love to do Leeds away. That is
because you got
that's top 3 for
Becker
me.
and Tottenham, yeah.
Top 3 for me, easy. Fucking Ellen Road to me is like the epitome of like a proper football ground.
Yeah.
Nowadays, at least. And then I'd love to do Southampton away. I think their ground's solid. If Sunderland was still in the Premier League, I would love to do Stadium of Light. That ground is fucking beautiful. And then I'd love to literally any club that isn't Pig 6, that's the ground I want to go to, like so bad. I would love to do Goodison away. That atmosphere is fucking mental.
You wouldn't go to a Spuds match?
Absolutely not. If I wanted to watch that, I'd go to M&T Bank Stadium. That ground is so shit, Spuds. Like it's literally just too big.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, if you just like giant ass stadiums, like fair play, but I don't know, can't deal with that. But Ellen Road, need that in my life. Need that in my life.
When is it that we've got Leeds away this season?
All right.
I can check for you.
Well, our first game, sorry, as we said. How do we get set up with Man City again? First match.
Yep.
That's a free hit for me. I don't care if we win or lose. I want us to.
Hey, it's like what's it? Tom Petty said, free balling. Free balling. It's bullshit, man.
I definitely think Craig Dawson's going to break Haaland into 2 within the first 10 minutes. I just know he's going to. He's going to come in 2 foot and walk out.
Red card, you're out right away.
Oh no! I'll put a bet on it.
Well, hey, okay. When's our deadline for signing people? What's the
September 4th or 1st?
Yeah, beginning of September.
When do we start getting worried, guys? You guys know better than me. When do we start getting worried about signing?
Real quick, Leeds away, January 2nd.
Ooh, New Year time.
Brentford we have on New Year's Eve.
Home or away?
31st. Home.
Ooh.
But to answer your question, I would say I would get worried. I mean, it depends. Like, are we talking like we haven't made a signing or we've made a few?
I guess, Lucas, is what I'm saying is we need to have at least a couple. Okay, let me say a couple. A striker signed, in my opinion, by July 15th. Is that being too?
I would say
too aggressive. Is that too aggressive?
I'd maybe go like a week later because the season starts what? Season starts
week?
August 7th. August 7th is our first match, and
July 8th is our first preseason match.
Yeah,
right?
if we are getting a striker, I would love to have him get bedded in with like 2 preseason matches.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, it all depends. Like striker wise, I would love to get in a striker as soon as possible. But if we're just talking like 5 or 6 signings, so we need about 3 or 4 more. I would love to get those in. I mean, around the same time.
I'm talking between at least by, in my opinion, 15th July. A striker, a left back. I'm not too worried about center back, but a left back because Cresswell's dying, and at least a striker to go test the waters, man.
I'll tell you this, Larry. We're not going to sign them both 2 more players like that in the next 2 weeks. We won't.
Yeah.
It'll be.
I think it's. I would be. Still.
I'll be impressed. If we did, but.
Rise, I agree with. So what do we? So say for example, we signed I know I hate to say it, Lingard. What do you call him? He can play striker. He can play striker. If Bo can play striker, I'd put Antonio's ass on
I'll
the
tell
left
you that.
wing.
I'll tell you this much: if we sign Lingard, we're probably not going to sign another winger because he will probably
Yeah.
be our winger, our left winger.
Yeah.
Who, Lingard?
Yeah, and then Fornals will bless you or cough. I don't know what you were doing, Reese, but I'm gonna say bless you anyway. If we sign Lingard, he will probably be our
coughing.
left wing.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like as long as we've got one more player in within 2 weeks, I'll be happy. And then
I'm happy with
as
two
long
we
as long
got
as
so
as
far.
long as we as long as we make as long as we replace like the players that we've lost by
Yeah,
maybe one preseason game before the season, I'll be happy. But we could always we could be waiting for a player because like not all players are available at the moment because they haven't got replacements in for them. So we might be waiting for a couple of weeks down the line until like say we want to sign this player, but the team that we want to sign from hasn't got a replacement, so the price is more. Say the team sign a replacement player for it, then we can get them in cheaper. So like
Okay,
we have still got a while left of the window.
right,
Yeah,
got
exactly.
you.
As Charles said, we've got 2 months left. There's nowhere
So,
near panic
so,
yet.
so let me recap on our dilemma we've had already. So the people who are losing are people we didn't give a fuck about anyway. So let's recap this. I'm sorry to say, we recap. Yarmo, we knew he was going away, so he's gone, right?
Yeah.
So we got Fredericks, didn't play very much, didn't he? Vlasic, we didn't give a shit about. Crow, we didn't give a shit about. So the people that we lost are people we didn't give a shit about. So my question is this. My question is, we had to bring people on. We didn't care about those 4 individuals. They were those people right there were the people I said we should have played some of our young guns like Sonny Perkins, Acaflex, Country, all this. We had these guys, they didn't really play the game. So my question is, who did he bring on? We don't substitute anybody else because we had no bench. We had nobody. Nobody. So we have, and then we talk about ThA. Now I'm going to finish. I'm going to talk a lot because you guys did. ThA is a good right back, but Johnson's better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I reckon we
Bastard, all
should
that.
give Johnson more time this season.
Gotcha. Cresswell is time has come. I loved him. Did it great for us.
Yeah.
Great, but he's got to come. So
If he didn't get sent off, in both of them Europa League games, I reckon a lot of people will be saying different. But it's just
Dog,
I think he's starting to get past it now.
After he got injured, run into the post, that hip injury, he never was the same. I'm telling you right now. You remember the game. You guys both know, so I have to relive that. So then we go back to who's going to be the big players. Who are going to be the shining stars? You know? So I don't think I'm talking bullshit. It's a reality. So we were losing all these players, but these players weren't part of us. We had no bench. We didn't. We were weak on the bench. So who's going to be the guys to step up? We need more players. Am I wrong, Lucas?
Oh no, we need more players.
We need. I'm not disagreeing with you. We definitely need more players. That's all I'm saying.
But what I said about the lost players, are they somebody that you actually give a shit about?
I would say the only one that, well, obviously besides Mark Noble.
No, but the ones I said.
Maybe the closest one for me would maybe be Ryan Fredericks, just because I did think he was decent.
Okay,
and
fair enough.
And he whenever he was called upon, like in an emergency situation, like say due to injury, and he needed to fill in, he was pretty solid.
He was, and Wally's going to love you and send you a Christmas card after that. But he was not. He got burnt a lot of times too. He was fast. That's what they liked because he was fast. But he wasn't like the.
Because I was at the match at home against Arsenal where he had to play left back and Aaron Cresswell was playing the left center back, and he was arguably man of the match for us playing left back out of position.
That's out of position because you're right back, and that's another thing we need to. I'm just saying we need to really think about what we had because if people were losing, we didn't want, but we didn't. We were weak anyway, so I'm not trying to be negative about it. But if we want to find the right place, we need to start signing people because we're losing people, but they're not the ones we want. You know,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Exactly,
So,
but we do need to replace. I know you're saying like, oh, we never played them and stuff like that. But we still need to replace
realistically,
places on the bench.
realistically, the only position we really need, in my opinion, if we're going by definition of an upgrade, and I say that with my finger quotes, upgrade, is Cresswell. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect everyone's opinion on Antonio. I feel the same way. He's not naturally a striker, but he's turned into, I would say, a formidable striker for what Moyes wants at least.
yeah.
But I mean, our starting 11, if we upgraded on Cresswell, our starting 11 would be better than what it was last year, and our starting 11 can go up against anyone in the world, and it's shown. We've beaten City, we've beaten United, we beat Liverpool. So I mean, really, if we just upgrade at left back and then just get some more bench options, I'd be fine. That's why I'm not really for like selling Vlasic or Benrahma or both of them or one of them, because we need attacking options with
No, I
5
agree
subs
with that.
now.
Exactly.
Good point.
Exactly, because
Good point, but
I was gonna say because
And you want people
what am I
that
trying to
want to
say?
be at the club. Like Vlasic played.
Yeah,
He barely he barely
won.
played any important minutes, and he was always one of the first people fucking
that's
celebrating a goal, running on the
Ben
pitch.
Benny's not like that though. You know, Lucas. Benny's not like that.
I don't even know what to think of anything anymore.
Benny's got an attitude no matter what. So if he stays with the club, boys don't like him. I don't mind him, but he's inconsistent. He's getting attitude. He gets pulled off, and I'm not sure if it's because he's not happy because Moyes and him don't agree. I don't know. So
Well, he's not a Moyes player to begin with. Like Moyes didn't buy him or want him necessarily.
But Lucas, as we become friends for year after year now, I want you to remember this. I think the time has come where the strikers and the forwards are going to get bigger. Benrahma is like a small guy. Sterling's a small guy. So I'm not just saying right now. I'm just saying quick is fast if they can do it. If you got the right team, you can pass the ball and make it. But right now, I think the time has come, especially in the Premier League. If you look at these fucking backs on some of these squads, these guys are fucking massive. They pushed Benrahma around left like he's nobody. No offense to Benrahma, but these are big backs. So we almost need. I think of the future. I hate to say this, they're going to have strikers like Kaku. You know, these big guys that can push through there and are still talented. I'm not trying to. You guys think about it. It's my thoughts. Is that we need, because the smaller guys, guess what they're going to do? You know, they're going
to need 4 more keepers for the bench.
Yes, we do.
So it's just my thought process, guys. You guys know better than I do. But I see in the future is the small guys, they can bitch around.
I mean, you're not wrong, because I mean, it's just like any other American sport we watch, Lawrence. Like the same, like just like with footy and football, basketball, baseball, literally like it seems every 3 or 4 years, not only does the game change, the athletes just keep getting stronger, bigger, faster. Like it's just how it is. Well, so your point of view or your assessment or opinion is not wrong at all, I would say.
Yeah, I've got a question. Regarding, because Darren's mentioned keepers, who do we think is going to be starting in the Premier League this season? Seeing as we've finally brought in Areola.
It's got to be Areola.
Areola all the way. Yeah. You see that contract?
I don't think he would have come back if he wasn't. And this is my thing. I think it was behind closed doors, but he was definitely he definitely got some reassurance that, like,
I agree.
They're not going to give him the job automatically, but it's like a 60-40, 70-30 type ordeal where it's like, you've got the number one, but if you fuck up, like you're definitely fucked.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
remember we signed Fab for a 1-year contract earlier this year. So he
Yeah.
got signed to 1 year. So you just signed a 5-year contract for a guy. Who's your man? And I think Fab's going to be good with that. He's older. He's a good guy. He's a West Ham guy. And I don't think he's going to have a problem. But LO is going to be our guy. He's going to be the guy.
I think he already prepared himself when he signed that 1-year extension that he was going to be the backup if Areola came back.
I could definitely see him being.
And
the
there's
backup.
nothing wrong with that because
Hell no, nothing wrong with that.
Areola was far beyond what a cup goalkeeper should be, and honestly, Lucas Fabianski will be well above a good cup goalkeeper.
Awesome.
Well,
Totally
I've
agree,
just got
Lucas,
to say this though. It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, to agree,
Like,
guys. You're right.
Having two,
It's a good problem to have
players,
unless
you can't decide between. It's a better problem than having two shit players. That you
I
can't
say
decide
this
between.
jokingly. I say this jokingly. It's a good problem unless it's a French player. Those French people, you don't ever know what's up with them. They go rogue. They go rogue any minute. The French. But Areola's sound lad, and it was absolutely amazing seeing his wife's Instagram story with her kids in the bubble machine singing bubbles. It was lovely.
I never saw that.
Oh, it's cute as hell.
But yeah,
I'm excited. I'm definitely on board. For some reason, not a lot of clubs like see it the same way, but I absolutely love having two really good goalkeepers.
Yeah, so do I. That's what I mean, but it's a good problem to have. As I say, when we signed Areola, I was in the shop. I was like, I think I was paying with my phone. You know how you do. And so I took my phone out of my pocket because I weren't using my phone when I was in the shop and stuff. And then brought up Apple. Before I brought up Apple Pay, I saw notification for the West Ham app. I was like, okay, what's this? So Areola signs permanently. I was like, yes, in the fucking shop, and this bloke just looks at me like, what? And I just put in the West Ham badge. So I was wearing the West Ham. I was wearing a shirt. I put it at the badge, and he was like, have you just signed something? I was like, yeah, Areola. He was like, okay, cool. And then
speaking of paying, I almost lost my fucking phone in a Tesco when I was in England. I was actually funny enough, I was with James. We were visiting Upton Park, and we visited the England statue, and we were right by that Tesco. And I was paying for my meal deal, of course, like any good lad would do. And I left my phone on the self checkout, and I came back. It was gone. So I asked the cashier if someone picked up a phone, and then he told me to go over to this other clerk that was working, and then he had like an Arabic accent, so I could barely understand him. So we were just like trying to mingle our way through the conversation.
Yeah.
And long story short, I got my phone, and my meal deal was brilliant. It was
meal deals.
You know what's crazy? No one here it was so annoying having to talk about the meal deals with my friends back here because they just don't understand
meal deal.
How elite meal deals are.
No, but this is the thing. They look at the meal deal.
I like the nuggets, chicken nuggets.
They look at the meal deal as like they talk down on the meal deal like it's
you can't talk down on the meal deal
like it's a piece of shit, and it's like no, there's an art to the meal deal. Like yes, I know the meal deal isn't gonna like make me full or stuff me up, but it's a meal.
Some extra.
There's an art to meal dealing.
There is.
You gotta do it right though, because sometimes you might need a 2-meal deal if you're really hungry.
There's a culture behind it. There's a full culture behind it.
Like
I don't understand.
Everything about the meal deal is so great. Like for example, meal deal £3.50, and you can get a Red Bull.
Should have got a club card. £3.
A Red Bull with it?
I got an Oyster card. I still have it with me.
Yeah.
Like there's an art to the meal deal, and the fact that you can get like a Red Bull in your meal deal and it doesn't cost you extra.
Know that.
Yeah,
that's the beauty.
And you can get the massive Red Bulls as well.
Yes.
You get the massive can of Red Bull, which is about £2.50 on its own. You get a sandwich, which is about £3, and a packet of crisps like £1.
No
I
And it's
rules to
love
the
literally like
meal
£3,
deal.
£3.50. It's brilliant.
Hey, you know what? I love you, Mace, but I have no idea now what you're talking about. I was thinking like a chicken McNugget meal deal. I don't know. I'm out of touch.
Oh my
No,
gosh!
it's like a
Speaking of the meal
sandwich.
deal,
It's like a sandwich or like a pasta pot or a like baguette sort of thing.
literally anything.
Packet of crisps and a drink, and like you
Best
could
crisp.
you could take a meal deal. You can get a meal deal. It could cost like something like £6 or something for like each separate thing, and you can get it for like £3. It's brilliant.
I'll tell you what. I've had some of the best crisps of my life over in England. The
Go on.
McCoy's sweet Thai curry or whatever that shit is. The teal
Nah,
bag.
McCoy's
The blue.
cheese and onion are the best.
I can't get down with cheese and onion. Why? Why is everything in England cheese or onion or both?
I don't like
Cheese is amazing. Cheese is the best thing ever.
Cheese
You
good.
can
Fuck
ask
onion.
Charlie because me and Charlie shared a cheeky Greg's at the Emirates outside,
Yes.
and I was talking to him. I was like, why is there so much fucking cheese in these Tesco's? There's so much cheese. Like I didn't like. I had no idea what Red Leicester was, and
Great cheese.
I was like, Charlie, what is that? And he's like, bruv, it's cheese. I'm like, are you fucking joking? And we were just going over the Freshfielder, he gets it. I mean, I'm not opposed to the cheese and onion chip, but like, there's just so much cheese and onion shit. But McCoy's was absolutely fantastic. The McCoy's salt and vinegar was pang. The sweet Thai curry or chili, whichever one it was, I forget. I know it's a tealish bag. It's not blue. That was amazing. And then the chicken bacon lettuce was phenomenal.
I just think meal deals are just godly.
Meal deals are the best. And then the Orangina is an absolutely phenomenal drink.
Yes, you've told me about that as well, Charlie.
No,
You told me about that as well.
No, I'm tired. Charlie keeps talking smack. Get his pepperoni loving ass on.
I've sent him the link. He's editing a video and then he's coming on. That's what he said to me.
Because I told
He said,
him,
if you're still live, of course we'll still be live. It's us. Come on.
Because I always like talking to Charlie and his pineapple pizza.
You know what's funny? His presence in the chat has made us talk about food once again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point, Lucas.
Exactly. Always.
That's true. He always had.
Well, I got a Facebook ban again. I got another Facebook ban.
What's that?
I'm not allowed to comment on posts or anything on Facebook because I said I would literally punch someone for a Greggs sausage roll right now, and I got banned.
Well, I mean, it is worth it.
Exactly. And I posted the status saying like, does anyone else get violent cravings for Greggs? Because I really wanted Greggs. Like,
Darren, much appreciated, my guy.
And then like my mate commented and I said, I would literally punch someone for a sausage roll right now. And I got
there was legitimate sparks in the air when me and Charlie shared a sausage roll. There was real sparks in the air. Like when you meet your first love. Just sparks flew when I had my first sausage roll. It was absolutely fantastic.
Lucas, I hope it was like a spaghetti and a piece of thing where you guys met together.
Yes.
Yeah, Jukes just texted me saying he won't be coming back on.
Lady and the Tramp.
What's that?
I said Jukes just texted me saying he won't be coming back on because he's sorting some stuff out. Juke.
Peach? Oh, dude.
Juke.
That's right.
Yeah, me. Yes, me and Charlie crossed. I don't know which one would be. I don't know which swords would be better, sausage swords or crescent swords. Whatever type of bread it was, but it was fucking lovely. Shout out to Greg's.
All I can tell you is
Greg's
it's pretty hilarious.
Greg's is so good, and I'll never forget. I had a baguette. It was phenomenal.
Baguettes.
Took the tomatoes out because tomatoes suck. Can't stand tomatoes.
Thank you, Lucas. I agree again. All right, we're on point.
Like, it's crazy with tomatoes. I don't mind like the little tomatoes like in salsa because like that's the point of salsa. But like the fat tomatoes you get in the sandwiches and
Fuck that.
subs,
Yeah, I got you.
gross. Or the people that just like will rip a fucking tomato off the vine and start eating it like a juicy tomato. Yuck. Then they'll like throw salt on it or sugar. Ugh.
Yeah, I
yuck.
can do like Italian tomato sauce when it's all grind up. I can deal with that, like spaghetti. But like,
even like
tomato,
when you get like a cup of salsa and there's like just tiny little like tomato chunks, I can do.
you can't handle that.
I can do that. That's as far as I'll go.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe if there's a tomato at Weatherspoons, I'd eat it. I trust that place with my life.
Yes, Weatherspoons is just top tier.
It is, and it's a sham, not a shame. It's a sham that like most of them don't have like at least
TVs.
like a TV, like a telly in every sector. Like if there was just like the one in Rumford was so elite because they had the outside section. Like so they had I told you this, Reese. There's literally two Weatherspoons next to each other, which is bananas.
Yeah, I know. I've done both of them.
One of them you have the door in the middle, and then you have two outside sections on the right and left, and you can walk in to.
All right, put some comments.
You can walk into the restaurant, and one of them they just had a telly that you could see from the outside. It was so good. I actually watched the FA Cup final that day.
Oh, I was going to say, there's another pub in Stratford, the Sportsman. It's not a Weatherspoons, but like there's a bit where you can go outside to smoke, and like I don't know if you guys know Toby Sampson that comments on a lot of the YouTube stuff.
And the Lewisham Tavern, of course, my favorite pub.
Yes, the Lewisham Tavern is a very good pub. But there was this other pub in Stratford. Like me and Toby went out for a cigarette, and like there's like this was when we were playing Southampton last game of 2020-21 season. You know, when we could qualify for Europe. It was when we were playing that final game of the season when we won 3-0. And we decided to go out for a cigarette. So we stood out there with a couple of other guys, just like chilling, chatting and stuff, like looking through the window at the TV. And then like we're outside smoking, and Declan Rice goes and scores, doesn't he? And like making 3-0. And like, we're all jumping about outside, getting fucking this bloke literally just fucking rugby tackled me because we were celebrating, and it was brilliant atmosphere. It was brilliant.
Sorry, I just had to get this tweet out.
No worries, but Weatherspoons is just elite, though.
It is, and again, like it's gonna have its bad perception, its bad raps, but for discounted alcohol and cheap food, like the food is decent.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't try was the pizza.
Last time I went to Weatherspoons, the food weren't great, but every other time it's been good.
I've had the chicken tenders. They were pretty good. I had the burger, which was good.
Well, the Empire State one.
I did have their Tuesday steak, the Tuesday deal. Yeah. That place is so it's phenomenal. If you just take it with a grain of salt, it's like such a great fucking place. Like
you're planning your trip back to England just for Weatherspoons, aren't you?
Yeah, like clearly, if you're looking at Weatherspoon as like an actual restaurant and like quality, it's like to me it's like an easy 6. But if you go in with an open mindset and the vibes are right, and you're there for the purpose of drinking beer and eating decent food, it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it
doesn't get much better.
I just love it.
Like, can you really say no to like a 12-pound meal, which results in like 3 beers and a steak for 12 pounds? And you don't have
back in 2020.
Real quick, I have to tell Lawrence this. I have to tell Lawrence this. The best part about England, and this doesn't reflect the type of person I am. I'm just saying, I loved it. And I could definitely get used to it. They don't tip in England. You don't have to tip.
What?
No, because
Oh, it's
the
fucking
minimum wage is
awesome.
higher. Minimum wage is higher. You don't have to tip. It's a
We
non-tip
got
culture
tip
place.
our ass. And
Lawrence,
interesting.
it changes the whole entire
Then
game.
you got it does exactly it does.
And like,
right.
I don't shame for anyone that tips in the way they want to tip, and I hate when people tip shame. Like clearly you should be, if you're going out to eat, you should be tipping like the minimum, the respectful minimum. But I hate the people that are like, oh, you're not tipping 30 fucking %. Like, I'm not fucking made of money here, people.
Yeah.
But it changes the whole
Dynamic,
game.
yeah. Oh, here it comes. Oh, look at all the guys popping. I was ready to go to bed. All these guys are popping on.
Back in.
I got you, Lucas. And hold on. Lucas, I agree with you there. I'm trying to. I guess in the last year or two, I try to give more to the service community because you know they needed it. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say back in 2020, like they had this after like the original first lockdown and stuff. They had this government scheme called Eat Out to Help Out, like basically saying like go to restaurants and stuff. It was cheaper.
Hilarious.
It was cheaper. Yeah. you could get.
Could you say that one more time? Eat out to help out.
Eat Out to Help Out. Yeah. It was fucking brilliant. I was going to Wetherspoons every day and getting a steak and a pint for less than £5. It was fucking brilliant.
That is lovely.
It was just amazing. Why can't we do that again?
Legitimately, like not tipping, because Reese, you don't understand. Like, there's a reason why, like in America, like if you ever come to America and like you go out to a bar, meet out with friends, you definitely have this in England, but like we emphasize the meaning of like a pregame. Like we pregame to go to a bar because the drinks are way more expensive at the bar, opposed to
point, Lucas. Good point,
buying
Lucas.
like
I agree.
a 12-pack. Pregame the 12-pack, and then you go to the bar, you only get like one or two drinks.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's the thing I love about England. You don't have to pregame. You literally can go to the pub and you spend the same amount of money as you would on like a 12 or 24 pack of beer, and you don't have to tip. It's fucking glorious.
Did you experience any kebabs, by the way?
No, I did not. I wanted
to
some halal so bad.
Next time when you come over, you get the kebab.
I have to. That was like I would say halal, a kebab, and I just said it earlier. I didn't get to do it. I forget. But those are like of my top 3 things. Those are 2 things that I didn't get to do. Like obviously I wasn't really dying to have like English pizza.
Yeah, shit.
Too bad.
That's one gripe I have with England. That's one gripe I have with England. There was like 1 or 2 nights where like I really was kind of in the mood to have a pizza. The pizza there is so fucking expensive for no reason. None at all.
Like Domino's, Papa John's, and that is really expensive. But if you just go to a kebab shop and get a pizza, it's like the tenner.
I did have a cheeky Nando's as well when I was over there with Tom and Rebecca.
Yes. Nando's is great.
Nando's was decent. I had Domino's once. It was with Tom and Rebecca again. Had a cheeky
very
Dom's.
Expensive. Domino's is very expensive.
It's just like it doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I could fucking eat at Witherspoon's every day.
Yeah.
Lovely place.
Witherspoon's pizza is really good though.
And another how much is a beer at the pub? It depends. If you're at Witherspoon's, you can get like a Carlsberg for like £2.39.
Yeah,
something like that. Not bad at all. So a $3 pint.
Yeah, like a lot of
take that
like,
all day.
It's usually like, oh, we've got another guest coming in.
Over here, Reese. Like a bottle of beer. Like if
who's coming to the house? Who's coming to the
for
house?
like £1-2. depending on the time of.
So like, but that's the thing here in America, like Annapolis, Maryland, for example. Annapolis, Maryland is nowhere near like a
Oh, show your
popular
face.
a
Don't be
popular
behind the
city,
forge
but
on.
a bottle of beer is like $5 minimum.
See you later, Darren. By the way.
I'll be right back. Since dude
Gotcha.
came, I have to go to the bathroom first.
Yo,
My
Good day.
man.
how are we? We good?
Yeah, can you hear
Yeah,
us?
are you? How you doing now?
I
You
can
alright?
hear you. We're all good.
I had
Can
to
you
give
hear
a
me? Yeah.
yeah, I had to give a
Yeah,
quick
yeah,
shout
we
out.
can hear you.
I had to give a quick shout out to my favorite pub in London, the Lewisham Tavern.
Yeah,
The best
it is a
Yeah,
great
pub
pub.
in town.
I'm just finishing up. I'm just putting the tables back out after I've done the cleaning because I'm doing a certain video tomorrow morning with a certain legend that is Budgie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We're going
Oh
we're
yeah.
yes.
going live at 10
Budge
o'clock.
said he
I
needs to have a word with you about
Does
coming
he?
over on next Friday or something. That he's gonna come over
Yeah, well
yours
I'm
next
here.
Friday or something. I
I'll
think
be
he
here.
said.
I'll be DJing, but I'll be here.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, I'm
I
doing a
can't
live
remember what
video with
day it was. I
Budgie
think it
and
might have been Friday.
if I ever move over
Gatesy
to
and
London,
Budgie.
I'll DJ for minimum rate to get my feet wet.
Well, I'll
Yes.
DJ for free because I work here, so it's
Yeah.
just one of them. But I certainly get people up and dancing, and I was DJing tonight. That's why it was. I had the
That's why
laptop
the
set up
atmosphere
behind the
was
DJ kit.
absolutely fantastic.
It was a good night tonight. We although um, as is typical for London, unlike you guys on the other side of the pond where you have problems with your rifles and your guns and shit, we have problems with our knives in this country, and
Yes, that is true.
You know
not
what?
300 yards, not 300 yards down the road at about 8 o'clock this evening. A young lad was stabbed outside a chicken shop,
Jesus.
which put paid to a lot of my evening trade because obviously they had to shut off the roads and all the rest of it. Which, it was a bit of a pain in the arse to be fair, but yeah, it's just one of them, and it is what it is. But yeah, where were we? What were we talking about? I forgot.
Well, before that depressing news, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I'll never forget when I think it was Rebecca was talking to me or someone. She's like, you just be careful, like make sure you're on your toes, looking around. And I'm like, she was talking about like the knives and stuff. I was like, not only am I from America, where there's guns literally everywhere I look, I frolic in the murder capital of North America, Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am fine, sweetheart. I'm fine. But
Well, you know what? This is the thing, right? The problem is all we hear about coming out of the States when it comes to guns and all the rest of it is your mass shootings. Now, from what I understand, is a mass shooting. No, Wally, no one sniffs coke in my toilets because they leave via a window.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I say, the only things we hear coming out of your country about the mass shootings. Now, mass shootings are anyone, I think it's anyone injured or dead over
yeah,
3. Am I right, Lucas? Is that right? If it's 3 or more injured or dead, then it classes as a mass
yeah,
shooting. So far this year, from what I understand, is you've had more mass shootings across all of America than you have days in a year. So that's 365 more than 365 mass shootings across the entire of the states.
yeah.
So far this year. Now, I listen. I get the Constitution and the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. And listen, like I say, I've got family that live in Rhode Island, and we've had this conversation in depth and everything else. You know, your Constitution states you have the right to bear arms. Now, that was written oh, God knows how long ago when we sailed up, sailed up
I actually
the
felt
river,
quite
and
safe in London, to be honest with
we
you.
we we burnt, we burned down the White House, and um, the Constitution or the amendment was written that you have the right to bear arms, i.e., to create a militia from any enemies, foreign or domestic, trying to take your country from yourselves. Right? That's essentially what it says in
Yeah.
this. I think it's the Second Amendment. Now that was back in a time when your weapons were fundamentally muskets that took the best part of 3 minutes to reload after shooting. You had to push the cloth down, and then the gunpowder, then the ball, and you had the oil and all the rest of that shit. It took you could probably get 2 shots off in 4 minutes if what I've read
Yeah.
previously is right. Now, you know, the American people, and I'm not necessarily saying you or my family, but as a whole, the comments are, I need that to protect my family, and I use that for protection. That's great. What's the name of the high powered rifles and the weapons that
Semi-automatics.
but they're called assault weapons, aren't they?
Yeah. Assault
They're,
rifles.
they're not they're not they're not protection rifles. They're assault rifles, which assault
Yeah.
means on the front foot, protection means on the back foot. Now, you're not using an assault weapon that can fire, 360 rounds in a minute for protection. You're not using a sniper scope and one of these high-powered sniper rifles for protection. I get handguns, you know. I don't agree with it, but I get it. Um, but I don't understand these magazines and these high powered bullshit that necessarily means that you can cut a guy in half from 650 yards because you feel like he was walking towards your home to steal your
Yeah.
TV. Fuck off! That doesn't compute for me. And then for anyone that turns around and says, um, you know. Um, the Constitution, the amendments, the Constitution
Yeah.
can't be changed. Well, just as heads up, your Constitution has 27 amendments over 200 years. It can be changed. That's the whole idea of an amendment. An amendment means something's been changed. It's been amended. It was amended by Abraham Lincoln for slavery. So it can be changed. Of course, it can be changed. The Constitution has been changed 27 times over 200 years. So the only reason it won't be changed is because there's a hell of a lot of fucking money
Yeah.
involved. From what I understand, when a certain Mr. Orange floppy haired motherfucker was put in charge of your wonderful country. Um, from what I understand, he had something like $3 billion pumped into a campaign fund.
That's
$3 billion,
basically how it goes.
and if my memory serves, 60% of that was paid by Russia. Listen, this is only what's been reported and what I've read in my country. But 60% of that $3 billion for Donald Trump's campaign run was given by or donated by Russians or
I like
in
hearing
Russia or
you,
whatever.
prick.
But the rest
You
of
want the link?
them was given to him by the NRA. The other 40% was donated by members of the NRA and the NRA itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no disrespect, he was never going to change the gun laws, was he? Because
No.
he's basically beholden because the money that was used to get him into power was paid for by the NRA. Now, there was a comedian that once said, I think it was Robin Williams that once said, your presidential candidate should have, suits with badges on, a bit like NASCAR drivers that show their sponsors. So they should have, the NRA patches on their shirts and the oil companies on their shirts and on their suits. Just show you who exactly is paying the money to get these guys on the run for
I
the
completely,
presidency.
I
Because then
completely
you can
agree with
make,
that, mate. I completely agree with that.
you then know exactly who it is that you're voting for. I'm not being funny. I have voted once. I am 43 years old. I turn 44 this year, and I have voted once since I was 18 years old. Okay, and that was the Brexit. That was the in or out referendum, and I voted to stay because I felt it was better the
Yeah,
devil
so
you
did I.
know than the devil you don't. But I've never
Yep.
voted for any political party. You want to know why? Because they're all fucking liars. They promise you this,
Yep.
Yep.
and then they go, "Oh, we can't do that. That's not going to work
Mm-hmm.
for us. So we're going to have to come up with something else." Perfect example was Nigel Farage of the Brexit
Wanker.
Party. He yeah, he promised that the money that we sent abroad, which was the equivalent of £200 million a year, he was going to take that money that we sent abroad when we left the EU. The money that we sent abroad would be pumped back into our NHS. Now, he plastered that on the side of a double-decker bus as part of his campaign slogan. And then when he went on live TV on one of our breakfast TV shows, they questioned him about the fact that he said you'll put that £200 million into the NHS, and he turned around and went, "No, I never said that. You lying fuckwit! It was on the side of a bus." And they showed him. They showed him the picture. They showed him the picture of him standing there preaching this bullshit with this bus behind him that said all of foreign aid will go back into the NHS. He was like, "No, I never said that. No, I never
He's a
said it.
fucking
No."
knobhead.
Listen,
He's an
they're
actual
all liars,
fucking
right?
knobhead. I hate him. Yeah.
Regardless of what party, what their background is or anything else, they're all fucking liars. They're in it for one reason only. Same as a lot of your senators and all the rest of your guys in the States. They're in it for money. They're not in it for you. They're not in it for me. They're not in it for anyone else that stands there and votes
Fuck,
for
a
them.
good amount.
You know what, Charlie? That's exactly. I'm going in, full in. I don't give a shit. I've had a beer, and you guys have given me a platform, and I'm sorry.
That's
Anyway,
absolutely
back to
fine.
football.
That's
West Ham
absolutely
are
fine.
massive.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the rage.
West Ham are massive.
Everywhere we go.
Have we signed anyone today? Because I've not really been online, so I don't know.
I
No,
think
but
David Moyes needs to be the king of England.
no, but I've got a viral tweet going viral about Lingard.
Listen, Lingard can go fuck himself.
He's still up in
Honest to God, I
Manchester.
don't want him anywhere in my club now. I'm done with him. He's had the opportunity 3 times now, just to turn around and say yes or no. And basically, he's sitting there scratching his little ring hole, waiting for the more money to come in. That's all he's doing. He's scratching his ring piece, going, "Okay, listen, I had a great time at West Ham, and I could go back to West Ham, and I could be revered by the fans. The fans would love me. If I went back to West Ham and put on a West Ham shirt, the ones like me that are kind of fuck off, Lingard, I'm done with you now. You had your chance. Fuck off, dickhead. Um, they'll forgive me. They'll let me come back, and they'll defend me. They'll be I'll be their saviour." And he's relying on that. But the problem is now he's going, "But what are Newcastle going to offer me cash wise? What are Newcastle
Yeah.
going to give me? Can I get the money from?" Listen, Jesse, you've earned enough money in your career, mate. You've just earned X amount of money sitting on the bench at United for the last 6 months, scratching your ass, sticking your finger in your ear hole, being bored because you thought, "Oh, I want to stay at Old Trafford for a year I want to play alongside my hero, Cristiano Ronaldo." Yeah, what did you do, Jesse? You played about 8 minutes. That was about it, son. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done with him personally. I'm done with him. If I'm honest, I'd rather have Keane Lewis
Ross
Potter
Barkley.
at Hull than I'd rather have Lewis Potter than Lingard right now.
I
Because you
like
know
Duke.
what, you
I
give
like
Potter the
your I like
chance,
your
he'll want to
stuff.
come in and prove it.
Yeah.
He'll want to prove it.
So, Duke, who do we need to turn to now? If we don't have Jesse, who's a maybe a winger, maybe I thought he could be a striker. Who do we go to now? Because we need a side at least. We need a side 2 strong, aggressive strikers. or a winger? Who do we go to? That's my
I mean,
question.
Charlie's just put there that Potter's off to Brentford. I know they bid 20 million for him, and
Yeah,
surely if Moyes decided to go in with 25, listen, I know we're biased, and I know we're kind of we're, we're West Ham fans, so we're
Yeah.
going to turn around and say, "Oh, if West Ham come in, I'd go for West Ham if I was Potter." Yeah, yeah. Listen,
exactly right.
that's what we do as West Ham fans. But West Ham are in Europe. Brentford they had a good season. Let's not dick around, but we've shown the way and the path for players like Bowen to come in and do a job. So Potter can show that he can do it. If West Ham go in and say, I want, is 22 million for Potter, Potter, I think personally would choose West Ham. That's my opinion. Um,
Yeah, and
I mean,
plus
I'm
he
looking at a lot of
would link
shit.
up back up with Bowen.
Yep.
So
I mean, I'm looking at a lot of shit, Larry, that says the Danjuma bid isn't a Moyes thing. It's Sullivan bullshit. I
But
know, and Charlie.
Duke, isn't that the thing is we don't know if it's a moist thing or a board thing. So
Well, if you
we can pontificate and say, oh, it's a board or it's a moist. Moist,
well,
in my opinion, is I blame Moist sometimes because Moist always sticks to his guys. And we've talked about this for a year now. And then just like I say is we're lost Sonny Perkins, who could be, guess what, a striker? At least on a backup. We have no backups. So I blame some of this on Moyes. And
well,
I'm saying
if I may, and I'm going to bring Charlie into this. Charlie, obviously you're part of Hammer's chat, and I know Gonzo did a video a couple of days ago. Oh, I think we're losing sirens. Um, Gonzo did a video the other day about comments made on Talksport by Jim White and by I think it was Simon Jordan, that that basically Sullivan's getting antsy and he's not hanging around, and he's kind of, if I remember rightly, what Gonzo said was that he's kind of getting cold feet with being left out of the the transfer dealings, and basically he's the one that's gone in for Danjuma. He's the one that's making these offers and stuff, and it's what's his bollocks has said it. Jim White has come out and said, I couldn't think of his name. Jim White has come out and said that you know that Sullivan's not hanging around there, and he's the one making a few bids now. Simon Jordan come out and said, again, this comes from Gonzo was listening to Toolshite, and he said that there was something to do was it Andy Johnson at Palace at the time, and Sullivan and Gold had come out and said that, oh no, we bid for Andy Johnson, blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
but they never
bullshit.
did.
That was
They
bullshit.
never
That was
did.
You
It
know,
never went
bullshit.
in for them.
Duke, I said that earlier in the
Ooh.
stream. I was like, when I saw a report that
Yeah,
Sullivan was
right.
quote unquote panicking or being anxious on no signings coming in, and he wanted to grab it by the horns, I said, bull fucking shit.
Shit. Exactly, Lucas.
This guy doesn't give
Exactly.
a
Yeah,
flying fuck.
I mean, listen,
And
the board
and
are not going to want to keep their nose out of what's going on, because they've had so much of a grasp, they've had so much of a hold over exactly what's gone on with the club, that
Yeah.
obviously, you've now got Newman, you've got Newman, you've got Moyes, and obviously they're doing their bits and they're doing their things, and they need to kind of stick to their guns. As far as I'm concerned, Moyes will have the final sign-off on any player that comes through the door. So whether or not, Sullivan agrees to, a 40 million euro offer for Danjuma, and they then agreed personal terms. If Moyes turns around and goes, no, I walk if you sign him, surely Gold and Sullivan have got to understand that, no disrespect to West Ham right now, Moyes is the best we've got. Moyes is the best we can get right now. If you look at what's elsewhere and what's going on, Moyes is the best person to get the best out of the squad that we've got and the players that we can get in. And for all the bluffing that we got that we do on these channels and stuff, we go, in Moyes we trust and all the rest of that malarkey. It sounds stupid, but I do trust Moyes. I trust Moyes hands down. He's given me, and
Dude,
I've been a West Ham fan for 42 years now, 43 years going on. He's given me two of the best seasons back to back as a fan I've ever had in my lifetime as a West Ham fan. In Moyes, I trust, and I trusted him to do the right thing for me coming this season. As a West Ham fan, I trust he's going
Exactly.
to
I
do the
was gonna
right
say
thing.
like 2 years ago, it came up on like the Facebook memories and stuff. It was that time when Yarmolenko scored that last minute winner against Chelsea, and then the commentator goes, West Ham are now 3 points clear of the relegation zone, and then like you think of that, and then you think of we've got to the semi-finals in Europa League, we've finished seventh as well, and we finished sixth the season before. It's like that's just insane how much progress we've had in the past 2 seasons, if you know what I mean.
you know what? I totally agree, Grace. And to Duke, I yield to you as the man. You know me. I've only been a fan of West Ham for a couple years, so I always respect
Mhm.
you and always listen to you.
Yep.
But my question would be this: for us to progress, that we're not progressing, we're not moving up, we're not choosing. How do you say this properly? That I don't. We've said this for a couple of years, and please tell me if I'm wrong, Duke. And like I respect, is that we're not moving to the areas we would. We've said this for several years on the windows, transfer windows. The best one was January of 2021, maybe. Well, when did Suchek come in, and we started making them things? And when did Lingard come in? When we get the loan that year? It was a January window. When do we get Lingard for that loan?
Suchek came in the year before Lingard, though.
But
Yeah.
that year, that's when we were knocking it out the park. So I'm not trying to disrespect, and I yield to you guys, but we have not progressed at all, man. We have not progressed at all. When I say this, yeah, I see your eyeballs, but yeah, this year, 2 year
Well,
signing. So we need attacking. And you know what? We're hanging on by our bollocks on Antonio's being our sole striker. And guess what? I'm his backup striker, and I run up the street. But you know what I mean? So come on, tell me
well,
something I'm wrong.
I'm gonna agree and disagree with you.
Night,
To be
Wally.
honest with you.
Good night, good sir.
All right, Wally.
See you soon.
I'll be quite candid with it on it. To be honest with you. Listen, for anyone that says we didn't progress this year on last year because we finished seventh, last year we finished sixth.
Yeah.
Last year we finished sixth, and we didn't really compete or the year before, sorry, the season before last. We finished sixth. We didn't really compete on an FA Cup front.
But Duke, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I want you to. I want to articulate. It wasn't about improving on points, but improving on team
Well, I think
executions.
it
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think
It's
it
not the
falls
same.
hand in
It's
hand,
not the
mate.
same. It's not. It's not
I
the
think
same.
no, I do. I think it falls hand in hand, mate. To be honest with you, I really do think it falls hand in hand. That if you if you finish, uh, it's hard because we didn't finish we didn't finish higher in the league. Yet, in my opinion, season just finished, we competed on 4 fronts, and I think we did compete on 4 fronts. I mean, we
Oh, we
were in
did.
with a shout of finishing higher in the league at some points. I mean, we got to a League Cup quarter final where we finally lost to Spurs. All right, we didn't do great against Kidderminster in the FA Cup, but we competed and we got. I think we got to the fourth round or the quarterfinals of that. We got to the semi-final of the Europa League, which obviously, the 3 cup tournaments that we were playing in extended our game playing for the season by, an extra 15%, 20%. And we still finished 7th in the league. We got a European Cup or Europa League semi-final out of it. We got a cup quarter-final out of it. We got a cup, final 16 out of it. We competed on 4 fronts, and definitely competed on 4 fronts solidly, in my opinion. Progress in those 4 competitions shows that we were able to not necessarily pad the squad out with players that created a bigger squad, but our squad was obviously better. Now, whether you take into account that we had better players in that squad, which necessarily we didn't, because we sold h0w and we bought in Vlasic, whether or not people think that that was a good deal, or whatever of that, that's everyone else's, that's everyone's, interpretation to it. We bought in Zuma, which obviously clearly was a better option, but we lost Doggy due to injury, and we lost Zuma due to injury, and we lost, Declan Rice to injury and whatnot. Yet, as a whole, the fitness or the temperament of the players was better. So all in all, we were better last season than we were the season before. So yes, I do believe there was progression, whether that was internally, with the players, like I say, their fitness or
Yeah.
tactics or backroom staff or anything else, or the players coming in. You certainly can't say that h0w or Vlasic created a better a stronger squad, because quite clearly they didn't, because they didn't play anywhere near what they should have done, or
Yeah.
what they could have done. But all in all, as a squad, as a backroom staff, there was definitely a progression on last season from the season before, because like I say, I feel we competed on 4 fronts.
I
I
definitely
said I
think.
thought if we won the league, if we won the Europa League, I would have been quite happy to finish 15th, 16th, or 17th in the league, and that would have still shown progression to me because we won a trophy. The fact that we only
Yeah.
dropped 1 place and competed in probably an extra 15 games, probably
Yeah,
no,
I'd say
more than
about
that, actually,
15
15
games. Yeah,
games Europa League,
Yeah.
an extra
And
15 games in the Europa League, and 3 in each, probably 3 or 4 in each of
but
the
20.
domestic cups shows for me a better situation than the season
And the
before.
fact we've done it on
and
such
and
a small squad as well.
and Duke, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to hate on my team. That's my team, but I'm just trying to put it in perspectives that we could have done better. We started out, and I think how do I put in this in proper context? Is that I'm not trying to hate on the team. Is that last year going in, we were very strong, but I guess listening to you, following you, is we could have done better on signing different people. That's what I'm saying. We could have been better on that. So
I don't think it's that easy, though. I think as
Well,
much
would
as
you
we
would you
all
still
sit
be
here
saying
and
the same, Larry, if we beat Brighton on the final day of the season and finished 6th again? Would you still be saying the same?
good question. I say yes. Because I'm telling you, the whole year long, we were weak on our bench. We had no depth. And if we would have won that game, it would have been it's on luck. I hate to say this, and we all know this. We can look ourselves in the mirror and say we had no fucking depth. We sat there and said,
Yeah, definitely didn't
Antonio
have no
South
depth.
got ride or die, ride or die. Then we started falling apart on injuries. What do? We were desperate. We loved it, but we were desperate. We had no backup, period. So I would say right now, I love my team, but we'd get lucky if we got 6 or 7. So what I'm trying to say is that how do we, as a team, find the right players? And that's a problem that I know I see Duke's eyes popping out. Is that how can we do this
No,
with?
no, no. I'm
Oh
agreeing with you.
no.
I'm agreeing with you, Larry. I am agreeing with you, Larry. I'm agreeing that you
I'm
know
frustrated because I think we could do
it's
better.
easy for City. It's easy for City to go and drop, you know, 60 million pound on an Erling Haaland type player. It's easy for Arsenal to go and drop 45 million on. And you got to bear in mind, this isn't just 50 or 60 million on Haaland. You're looking at probably close to 300 grand a week in wages. It's easy for Arsenal to go and drop 45 million pound plus 200 grand a week on Gabriel Jesus. It's easy for Chelsea to go, well, is 50, 60 million pound for Raheem Sterling and 250 grand a week to get these sort of players that, will benefit those players, those teams that we've just said. What's difficult is that for West Ham, we have to work within our means, and we've got
Yes, sir.
a
Yes,
pair of
sir.
tight,
I
we've
agree.
got a,
Yeah, yeah.
we've got a pair of tight-fisted old fuckers at the helm, and they're not willing to drop X amount of money on wages or whatever. We can go out and we spent close to 30 million pound on Naif Gerd. What's his wages? What's his wages going to be? Probably 75, 80 grand a week, 90
Probably
grand a week.
100k.
Because let's be honest,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
probably
yeah.
won. He probably won on that back in France. We've gone and got Areola, and he's probably his wages for the first 2 years of his West Ham contract's probably being subsidised by PSG or whatever. We now look at going out and David Raum was a player that was being touted, and he's transfer fee set at something like 35 million euros. you know, yes, that's okay. West Ham could probably afford 35 million euros, but can we afford his 200 grand a week wages? It's that kind of. It's all well and good for
Yeah,
these. Newcastle can quite easily go and drop 300 grand a week on a player
because they got
for
the fucking
35, 40 million
Saudis
quid.
paying fucking billions of dollars. That's
And that's
why.
it. We're not able to do that. So it's
Yeah,
all well
yeah.
and good for us and Gatesy over on our channel over on Forged has done, you know, last year he did You Be the Manager. You got 80 million pound to spend. The borough owed you one. And it's all well and good that we sit there and we go, okay, I'd bring in, for instance, Jesse Lingard. I bring he's a free transfer. If Jesse Lingard's asking for 250 grand a week, well, that's not physically possible for a club like West Ham to go
Yeah.
out and do when you're looking at the likes of Souček are already kicking up a stink because he wants a pay rise. We've knocked Bowen's contract discussions on the head until the end of the transfer window because we don't want to have that discussion whilst other clubs
Good
could be
point.
pissing
That's
around.
true.
Well,
Yeah.
it's difficult for clubs like West Ham that I say that are being run by a pair of tight-fisted old fuckers that don't want to. It's all well and good. Yeah, we're gonna drop 35 million pound on David Raum as a left back, but if he wants 150, 175 grand a week, well, more than likely that's not going through. So now we're going to have to look at, Tagliafico or whatever that might only want 75, 80. And he's probably a
Yeah,
third of the
exactly.
player.
It's what I was saying.
You know what I
I
mean?
was gonna say it's what I was saying
That's
earlier.
true.
Is like everyone's saying that
It's
we
true,
want to
dude.
Jesse Lingard 150k and stuff.
Duke
We're not
has
gonna
good
break the
knowledge.
wage. We're not gonna break the wage structure for one player and a player that turns
Yeah.
30 in December. You know what I mean? Like we're not gonna.
Yeah.
Because if we pay him say 150k a week, everyone else is gonna be wanting that sort of money, and all the players will start gonna,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah, no, I
like
got you.
if that
Understood.
makes sense.
It does. It makes sense. I got you. Frustrating, but it makes sense. because I think we have a good squad. We could make some moves to make it better, but I understand what you're saying.
You got and another thing with it
It's
is you've
hard
got to
because
move
we
within your
can't
means.
compete. We can't compete. We can't compete with, especially with Newcastle now. Listen, we were talking
Yeah,
about,
true.
and Gatesy and I did a video right at the very end of the season. I think it was just before. I think it might have even been the review for the final game of the season against Brighton. And I turned around and said, you know what? There's a mini league. There's a couple of mini leagues in the Premier League, and it's you're looking at top six. Arsenal. But let's call it as it is: Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United. There's your six, and that's
Yeah.
because the six are what want Sky and what the Premier League want as their top six. Then you're looking at another, 6 to 10 teams off the other side of that, which last season we were top of that mini league. We were top of that mini league quite clearly, because we finished seventh. And then you've got your relegation candidates that pack out the bottom end of the table. Now, Newcastle are now going to become part of that top six mini league, which now
That's
makes that
true.
top
Eventually, yeah.
seven. They're going to make that a top seven mini league. So now you're looking 8th down to 15th, 14th as being
Yeah,
your next mini league, and then 14th down to 20th as your relegation spots. Now, are we going to be able to compete with those top seven, including Newcastle now? Well, no,
no, exactly.
not if we get, not unless we get a big influx of cash from, you know,
Kaczynski or
I,
something.
I know me and Gacy did one of our very early videos on our channel was about Red Bull. If Red Bull came in and took over
Yeah,
West Ham and they changed the badge to the crossed irons with a couple of leaping balls on it, and
Some frolicking
they
bull.
changed our team name to RB West Ham, and they changed our colours to red and white. Would I be accepting? And my answer for my sins was yes. My answer was yes, because it's still my West Ham.
oh
It's still
shut
my
up,
West Ham,
Peach.
although it's been taken over. It's been taken
We're not
over.
winning the
Yes,
league.
the badge. But can I point out, our badge has already been changed. Our badge has already been
Yeah,
changed, and our ground has been sold. So essentially, that part of our history has been sold up the river by the pair of cunts that own us right now. Now,
yeah.
is Red Bull coming in and making another change to our badge, saying RB West Ham United or RB West Ham with the leaping balls behind or in front of the crossed irons? Is that going to make much of a difference to what's already happened? No,
No, I
it's
wouldn't.
not. And we're going to
Come
have
on, you
cash,
Red Bulls.
right? We're gonna have cash, and the chances of us winning a trophy in my lifetime now, between now and when I die, if we're taken over by Red Bull, is going to be higher than what we've got currently. So yes, I would embrace it.
Exactly.
Of course, I'd embrace it. I wouldn't be happy if we
And
changed
plus,
our
Red
kit
Bull
colours,
is
but I'd
very
still
good drink.
embrace it. No, it's not. It's fucking awful. Don't even start.
I love it. I had 2 cans of the stuff today. I love it. But yeah,
No,
like
it's hard because I want to see us win things. But
yeah,
people are saying about we sell our soul down the river. Well, we already have to a degree, boys.
yeah,
It's hard because we've the badge has changed, the ground has gone. They're key components of our history, as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking at Lucas's avatar here, and I'm looking what's up here. Well, that's the badge that I remember for donkey's years, boys. That's
yeah.
my favourite badge that
That's
we've
the
had
one I
throughout
grew
this
up
one
with.
here. That's
That's
the
the
one
one
I
I grew up
know,
with.
and
Yeah,
all right, it was slightly changed over the years, of course it was, but that was the core badge. To see what we've got now with London at the bottom of it, and
It's bullshit.
they've
it's a
they
tourist
have
trap.
sold our history, Sam. It is, of course it is, and you know what? Going over there for the few games that I've gone over there for and seeing popcorn being sold and You know,
Yeah, I know.
it's hard,
It's,
but we're trying to make it home. We are trying to make it home, and it is what it is. You know.
it's starting to get that way. I get that, but like, it's the fact they just put London on it. If they put East London, it might be a bit different. It's just because like obviously East London roots, East London club and stuff. Just the fact they put London just shows that it's a fucking tourist trap. That's
Yeah,
what.
but that's you know what the problem is. It's not just us though, Reese. It's every big London club, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea. Um, they've all had. You know, we're part of we're
A
part of a package
rebranding.
site. No, it's not even that, Lucas. We're all part of a package site where you can book a holiday and you can book tickets to go see a football match, be it West
Yeah.
Ham, be it Arsenal, Chelsea, Spuds.
We're starting to turn
In
into a
London,
Kissimmee, Florida vacation package.
essentially, yes.
When are
Essentially,
we
that's
going to
exactly what's
SeaWorld?
happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly, exactly, and like
I'm gonna
exactly.
find.
I was gonna say
Go
exactly,
on.
but that's completely different to you, Lucas, because you were coming over for West Ham. You know what I mean? And like, you get people that will come over and like not really know much about football, being like, "Oh well, it's something that everyone likes to do in England." Blah blah blah. Let's go see what it's like. But when you came over, you knew you wanted to come and see West Ham.
Yeah.
That was part of your reasoning for coming over.
Yeah, that is part of.
I called it a business trip.
Yeah, I'll make it right. But you know, when listen, when you've got websites selling package deals that include a hotel in Stratford plus a ticket or two, three, four tickets to West Ham game, you're not going to change that. You know, it's ridiculous now.
And I'll
It's
tell you what else it's
painful
doing.
now.
It's taken away like from the real fans as well. Because if they're selling all these tickets to tourists that won't ever come back, won't buy any West Ham merchandise, blah 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 blah, like that's taking away tickets from people that actually have supported the club their whole lives, or have
In all fairness,
actually do
mate,
support
they're
the club.
already doing that. They're already doing
Yeah.
that because you've got listen, we saw it when I was told to leave the Frankfurt home game from where I was sat, and when my brother caused a bit of a stir at the Arsenal home game because
Mm.
you have club sponsors, Umbro and whatnot. Oh, hello, giving away tickets as part of competitions. They don't care who they give them away to. My brother said during the Arsenal game, Arsenal had two away ends because I think he said 306 was full of Arsenal fans. You know, the
Yeah,
306,
exactly. Because
which obviously is the upper tier, was full of Arsenal
Bose
fans.
kicked off
But
about something at
they
the Arsenal game, didn't he?
but they weren't being asked to leave because their tickets were legitimately given to them by Umbro. Well, what are we
Yeah.
meant to do about that? As a club, what are we meant to do about that? As fans, like I saw during the Frankfurt game, Frankfurt fans in 305 and 306 take off West Ham away shirts that were £25 in the club shop because I bought one myself with my nickname on the back of it. Um, they took them off to reveal their Frankfurt shirts underneath whilst celebrating the fact that they beat us. Now,
Mm.
I stood there and I'll be honest, I had a bit of a goad and come down and get me if you want me. You know where I am. But the fact that they were allowed to still sit in the stadium after we turned around as a club and went, any away fans sitting in the home parts of the stadium would be escorted out, and there were at least 300 of them sat in 305 and 306, and we did nothing about it. Well, we look like mugs now. As a club, we look like
Yeah.
mugs. And that's the annoying part of it, is we now look like fucking idiots because of it.
Exactly. But the thing is, like especially with like the Frankfurt game and stuff. That was a sellout, wasn't it? Like every
Yeah.
West Ham fan and their nan wanted to go to that match. And like,
I
and
mean, I
then
was
you've got
lucky for the Frankfurt game, thanks to Gatesy. I was very lucky.
yeah, like if I could have gone to it, I would have like gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like every West Ham fan and their nan was wanting to go to that Frankfurt game, weren't they? And
And
then there were
Yank.
like 300 like away fans
And
sitting
Yank,
there. It's
exactly.
like fucking stupid.
But they were given as corporate tickets or whatever. That's the issue. Is that block of 305 and 306, and I don't know whether Charlie's still about or whether Russ. I might even ask Russ from West Ham Network down the line. Whether that's a corporate block, whether those tickets
Yeah.
can be given out by our sponsors, like you mentioned earlier, Lucas, the Kissimmee package. I know we've put paid to that because of or they put paid to it because of the Zuma cat kicking, cat kicking debacle.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the same that sponsor SeaWorld, the abuse of
SeaWorld and all the rest
whales.
of it. Yeah, you can't abuse your animals, but we're going to abuse whales and dolphins in captivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuckers, aren't they?
But these are part of the packages that these guys are giving out. Umbro and Betway, and these guys obviously run competitions. And if you have away fans that win those competitions, or if you have, for instance, from what I understand, the Frankfurt game and the Arsenal game was that Umbro. It's the same as Manchester City. So my brother is part of a football company called APD, okay, Advanced Player Development, and they basically they do a lot of work with Manchester City, and a lot of their talented youngsters sign for City's academy. There's a young lad that was being touted for a big move this transfer window, actually.
Much love, Peach. Thank you.
What's he
there
done?
was a lot
What's
of.
he done?
Oh, he just put a picture of Logan up on the screen.
Yeah.
And is it a Dozy or someone? He came out of my brother's football coaching academy, APD. Now, my brother's a West Ham fan, and his partner who works with him at APD, obviously she's West Ham by association. But him and two other coaches, my sister-in-law, they took up 8 players. There were something like, I think, 14 of them that were given tickets for the Atletico Madrid semi-final.
Yeah.
Was it the semi-final Atletico Madrid or quarter-final? Quarter-final against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. They were given 14 tickets to go up. So my brother and 3 coaches, my sister-in-law, and 10 of the academy kids going to Manchester City to watch the quarter-final of obviously the Champions League against Atletico. Well, they're obviously not City fans, but that's corporate tickets. You see what I mean? So,
Yeah.
my brother, a couple of the other coaches, my sister-in-law, and 10 kids out of, they're not City fans yet. They've got tickets to this, and that means that 14 City fans are missing out on a cup quarter final due to corporate tickets. So it obviously
I was going to
happens
say,
across
there's
the
only
board.
about 14 City fans anyway.
Well, I mean, listen, let's. No, there's not. I've got a lot of time for City fans. Manchester City fans are the only set of fans that I will actually bend over backwards to talk to, if I'm honest. They're the only set of fans like us that have stuck through
I'd
their
say
club
Liverpool as
through
well.
thick and
I
thin.
like Liverpool fans.
Nah, can't. Honest to God, mate. Like you've not been here when we've had this issue. Neither's Lucas actually saying that. We get a lot of Liverpool fans that come in here. A lot of Liverpool fans that come in this pub looking for the season starting again. To be honest with you, it's dead. but they're very much up themselves, very much a kind of this god complex. You know, they got to the final of the Champions League and it was theirs. As for the ones that come in my pub, this is ours. We've won this. We've got this. This is ours. Revenge, and it's this kind of self entitlement, and I can't stand it. Honest to God, if Liverpool won the league on that last game of the season, okay, you would not have heard the end of it. Not have heard the end of it. I've got a lot of time for City fans, Liverpool fans, not so much, mate. To be honest with you. But listen, I'm going to have to leave you because it is 3:20. I've got the video with Gatesy and Budgie in just over 6 hours, so I need to get some sleep. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you.
Okay, mate, cool.
All right,
but
Duke.
yeah, I was gonna say the reason why I have a bit of a soft spot for City would be because my granddad was a diehard City fan because he was from Manchester, that area of Manchester, so he was a
Fair
diehard City
play.
fan, and obviously my mum likes City because her dad did. You know what I mean? So that's why I got a. So that's why. But then obviously like my dad,
You're
like
entitled to that, then I'll let
that.
you have that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say like my dad. The only two things that I get from my dad, well, three things apart from my height. The only three things I get from my father is my height, West Ham, and Stella. That's the only three things I get from my dad. The only three things I can thank him for. But yeah, if you're heading off, Duke, you're sounding tired, Lucas. I think we might have to end it then because I'm getting tired as well.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say something about 10 minutes because I've got a long day tomorrow as well.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I think we should just end it then. But it has been good to be
I'm
back.
sorry I
Good
took
to
up
speak to
everyone's
everyone.
time. I'm sorry I chatted a load of shit.
No,
I do
it's
apologise.
absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine, mate. It's absolutely fine.
It's either listen to you or talk about Lingard, and I'd rather listen to you.
Yeah, I would.
Touche, my man.
But right, okay then. Goodbye, everyone.
Much love, people. I'll speak
Love
to you
you
soon.
all.